2.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live broadcast here at the OpenMic Broadcast Network. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and we're live from Brenham, Texas, for junior college action Region 14 as the Brenham Brenham-based Buccaneers will be hosting the Bulldogs of Navarro. I have with me in the booth on this evening none other than Andre Davis and Mr. Alex Goodwin. How are you guys doing on this evening?
We're doing just fine, Mike.
I cannot complain.
You cannot complain. Well, I tell you what, we shouldn't have any complaint about being hungry. Mobius Pizza has opened up my belt waistline just another notch or two. I cannot overemphasize how awesome the pizza is and how filling it was just after 2 slices.
And the pizza was excellent. I almost forgot about the broadcast.
I'm not going to lie to you. If I eat one more slice, I'm going to have to eat. Y'all just going to hear nothing but some snoring right here by the third quarter.
We kept eating, and when we got done, I said, man, we still got to work.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we do apologize. We were 2 minutes late from coming on because we were stuffing our faces with this excellent Mobius pizza. Alex, tell us how they can get a hold of Mobius pizza.
They can get a hold of them at 979-251-9955. Again, that's 979-251-9955. You can call, ask for either Henry or Barbara, and tell them Alex from the OpenMic Broadcast Network sent you.
And I tell you what, they hand-delivered, handmade deep dish pizza, and then they had the New York and the Chicago style. I had one of each, and I'm just hoping that I can keep the eyes open, man, as we get ready to call this game tonight between the Blinn Buccaneers and the Navarro Bulldogs. Guys, give us up to speed on both of these teams and what they bring to the table.
Well, Navarro is sitting at 1-1 as of today. They lost last week against Trinity Valley by a score of 25-19, and Blinn is sitting at 1-0. They was victorious against Cisco College last week by a score of 42-30.
And with that being said, both of these teams are coming in. Those who are new to the OpenMic Broadcast Network, we are located and based out of Prairie View, Texas. We've been serving the community through faith and athletics since 2002. Have been in the radio broadcast business since 1987 and had old familiar grounds out here in the Brenham area. I was on the mic waves, believe it or not, guys, as a country and western DJ by KWHI and KTEX 106 out here in this Brenham area, and I have been fortunate enough to be in this market for a long time, and we are truly excited to have the Buccaneers en route with us. They're playing a tribute to Old Glory with the national anthem. For those that are not familiar, the Coach Ryan Mahon Show can be caught each and every Monday right here at the OpenMic Broadcast Network. Comes through around 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we're excited to hear what he'll have to say after today's contest as the Buccaneers pulled off the victory against a very tough Cisco team on the road, 42-30. They had a home game scheduled for Texas A&T, but due to Mr. Harvey was the reason for the delay in that game. They're going to actually try to make that game up, but it's not necessarily for sure that it will be Texas A&T. So they'll try to get that worked out down the road. Meanwhile, we have some broadcasts here scheduled for you. All the home games for the Buccaneers here from Brenham, Texas. Today, of course, September the 9th, and next week we'll be right back here, and we'll come back on the 30th and then have homecoming for October the 28th. And so with all that being said, guys, it's an exciting time for Buck Nation, and it's an exciting time for some football action here at the OpenMic Broadcast Network.
I mean, this is college football, Mike. You know, it doesn't get any better than this. Nothing like some junior college football on a Saturday evening.
Absolutely. Alex, I know that you had a call last night with the Hempstead Bobcats. Bring us up to speed on how that game turned out.
The Bobcats, they ended up on the short end of the stick last night, took a 41-14 loss. They went into halftime with the score all knotted up. The quarterback, Ahmad Banks, ended up going down with a right ankle injury. Defensive end Cameron Thomas also sustained a left shoulder injury. And from there, it was all Concordia Lutheran. Coach Royce Hill and the Bobcats will be back in action this Friday night next Friday night, against the Brookshire Royal Falcons. It'll be the Battle of Waller County.
The Battle of Waller County. That game, of course, can be heard live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and that is going to be on Channel 5. Right now we're on Channel 1. Of course, you can listen to us each and every day with the Mike Prince Show that comes to you at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. We have what we call our low-tech app, and you simply lock in a number, 605-477-5066, and you'll be able to listen to our broadcasting anywhere throughout the country at the tip of your phone. And if you cannot catch us there, you can always catch us on Tuned In Radio at Open Mic Broadcast Network. And if you're in the Prairie View immediate area, you can listen at 87.9 FM. And Mr. Andre,
yes, sir.
You had a call on last night with the Angry Birds from Rose Hill Christian Eagles. Give us an update on that one.
Yes, sir, I did. And, the Rose Hill Eagles had zero problems against the Falcons of Northside Homeland School. They was victorious by the score of 45-6. Definitely found themselves in the driver's seat the entire ball game. And the Angry Birds will be in action next Friday. They would take on Northland Home School. It's funny, so you got Northside Home School, and then you got Northland Home School. But again, the Angry Birds will be on the road next Friday taking on Northland Home School. They're currently sitting at 1-0 so far.
Oh, I want to know, do they have anybody from the west side?
West side, east side. Might as well. You got north and south.
You got north and south, and you might as well have a little east and west as the teams are making their entry to the field, as we have a lot of football action entitled for you on tonight, and we are mighty, mighty glad to be here in Blinn, Buccaneer country. As the old song says, it's been a long time coming. We want to thank those involved to help make this possible. Of course, Athletic Director Coach Schumacher, he will be our one of our scheduled guests at halftime, and Miss Tara Dreyer, new SID, helping us to get these things formulated. Guys, got here. Alex, I believe this is your first time here at Cub Stadium. What do you think, man?
This is a pretty nice stadium. I'll say this. In the state of Texas, this is pretty standard.
Yes,
about
sir.
2,000-3,000 seat stadium, turf, a nice scoreboard, nice little video board. Normal Texas high school football stadium.
Yes, sir. As the team captains are out at midfield, the Buccaneers will be in their royal blue. They have a theme, gold blue. Right now, the Bucks dressed from head to toe in blue, as Navarro Bulldogs with the red helmets, white uniforms, as the captains are standing there getting their instructions from the officials at midfield. Of course, as Alex mentioned, this is a turf field, home of the Brenham Cubs. And, of course, the Buccaneers, they share this venue here. As you quite were familiar, the Panthers had to share their venue with the Bulldogs of Waller. The fan home team are getting acclimated here. The marching band came in, and the cheerleaders and everybody's going in. Look like they got a decision made. Let us know, guys, what we got going on here.
And, Mike, one of the captains of Blinn College to pay attention to, number 6, Devin Williams, the freshman quarterback, he had a monster game last week against Cisco College. He was 12 for 23 for 308 yards passing and 2 touchdowns.
Absolutely, as Williams is highly touted by Coach Mahon. He talks about him last couple of weeks on the 3 weeks that we've had him on for the Coach Ryan Mahon show, which is featured right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It appears that the Blinn Buccaneers will be going from right to left on our dial.
Navarro won the toss, and they elected to defer into the second half.
They're deferring to the second half. Still gathering around here. The sun has yet to set. This will be a night game before it all ends, as these two teams will get together for some Region 14 college action. The officials are still gathering around here, talking things out. Everybody's getting their last-minute preps. You guys got your last-minute preps in?
Absolutely. Another key player for Blinn that I would like to mention is the running back, Carlos Grace. He had a pretty solid game last week against Cisco College. He rushed for 101 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns of his own.
So both teams like to run the spread offense and, of course, the 4-2-5, which seems like that's what everybody is doing these days. Before we get this kickoff off, Alex, can you run through who some of our supporters are for today's broadcast?
Thank you for asking. You always know we have to pay some bills. Like we said earlier, I can't thank our good friends at Mobius Pizza enough. They have a brother's stomach full, and I do mean full with a capital F, ladies and gentlemen. I also like to thank our great friends at Farmers Insurance Agency, Bush's Chicken in Brenham, Texas. They have the best chicken. I do mean the best chicken in Washington County. Burger, fencing, landscaping, and more. You can call them at 281-253-2923.
And back deep for Cisco.
And it's going to be number 24, Carlos Grace, the running back.
Carlos Grace. Well, Grace and Mercy is about to be extended their way as we have action started, and the kick will be returned.
And that was returned by number 13, Davion Peoples, the freshman wide receiver for the Blinn Buccaneers.
Brought down by number 9, Colby McGarry.
Okay, Colby McGarry. So now coming out for the Buccaneers will be Mr. Williams and company. Everybody's getting acclimated here.
And back in the backfield with Williams will be number 24, Carlos Grace.
Nothing doing too much on that play, brought down by number 45, Brayon Howard.
So we see there, Mike, the Buccaneers are kicking things off with the running game with number 24, Carlos Grace. And as we mentioned before, you know, he had 100 yards rushing last week, so like they're going to try to get him early going in this ball game.
Yeah, Grace is going to be a setup man as Williams is Mr. Everything for the Bucs. They try to get things figured out here with the defensive set for Navarro.
And that pass that's going to be a catch. Oh, they're going to rule that a catch.
Franklin on the coverage for Navarro.
So the Buccaneers went with the pass on second and 8 on that last play, Mike.
So Navarro going with the no-huddle offense right now. Williams in the shotgun position, calling for tight end to go in motion to the right side, directing. Bucs going from right to left on the dial. Williams takes the snap, and there's going to be a...
Grace has some space.
Wow, a little trickery there, looks like.
And there he is, Mike, number 24, Carlos Grace. They went back to him on first down.
Yes, sir.
McGarry on the stop for Navarro.
So now the Bucs, they like to go up-tempo, which is the common denominator now for every guy. Guys, it's going to be second down. Another run to the right side, getting up close toward midfield, finally tackled by a handful of Bulldogs.
I was going to say, Grace took a couple of those Navarro defenders for a ride there. Yeah, they might as well have just got on the back with just said hee-haw.
Hee-haw, let's go for a ride,
guys. For a big man, Grace had a little shifty movement there as well.
Absolutely.
That was almost a disaster. And if I could just say this for a brief second, that is the problem with everybody running this read option when they run that mesh exchange play. If they bobble the exchange, that's a disaster. Even if they don't fumble the ball, that's a wasted down.
Well, particularly in that play, Williams, he really didn't put it in his pocket. You know, as a quarterback, you have to make sure you secure it in his pocket. And number 8, DeAndre Reed, he didn't have the ball completely on that play.
So now we're ready to resume. What? A little action right here, right now. It looks like they're in the man coverage for the Bulldogs.
They're going to rule that. They're going to say that was out of bounds, incomplete.
Good grab, though.
Yeah, good grab by Newton. That was
just couldn't get the feet in bounds on that play.
Yeah, and you only need, the guys forget in collegiate ball and even high school, you only need 1 foot in. And so the guys want to practice those toe taps. Just concentrate on getting that 1 foot in, secure the ball, and keep the chains moving.
Oh, that's going to back them up 5 more.
Yeah, a little premature activity going on.
It's funny because with that place now, they're trying to catch the defense offside.
Right. It's one of those, as they say, one of those that got away.
Navarro's going to make some substitutions along the defensive line, bring some heavier guys in there.
Did you say heavy?
Heavier.
About as heavy as that Mobius deep pan pizza we had, man. You talking about? Oh my goodness!
So 3-16, Mike, obvious passing situation right here.
Obvious passing situation as they drop back.
And he's going to fumble the football. He's going to be picked up by Cisco to the 30, the 25, to the 20, the 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Touchdown on the defensive side for Navarro. And played Cisco last week.
And the referees are blowing whistles. It seems as if they're going to have some kind of a powwow to figure this one out. They may rule them to spotting the ball for the extra point. So the ruling on the field is a fumble and a touchdown.
So it's going to stand, and that's going to go against the Bucs. A defensive touchdown for Navarro.
And Navarro came with the pressure on that last third down, Mike.
They brought the pressure. It was an obvious passing situation for the Bucs, and they just pinned their ears back and went for gusto.
And that's the play as a quarterback, you either have to check down or just take the sack and live to fight another day and punt that ball away.
And it seems that Williams is going to take off and run with it. It appears that he just kind of waited to the last minute to do so.
So whistle's going to be blown. The PAT attempt will be attempted by
the snap is back, and it's going to be blocked.
Oh, it's a block, and will not be returned. And with that, we got the first score of tonight's action. The Bucs trail the Bulldogs by the score of 6-0.
Do we have a chance? Do we have time to pay some bills?
I think we do.
All right, we got to keep the lights on here. So, I think our great friends at Bush's Chicken in Brenham, Texas, they've got the best, and I do mean the best, with a capital B chicken in Washington County. You can call them at 979-836-1804. Also, I thank our great friends at Mobius Pizza for providing our dinner for this evening. You can call them at 979-251-9955. They also make some breakfast. I've heard about that, Mike. Maybe next week we can ask them to bring us some omelets or something.
Man, as huge as this pizza was, we might have breakfast right now.
Hey.
So number 34, Phillips Jones, and number 13, David Young Peoples, back deep to receive the kickoff for the Buccaneers. 12:07 remaining in this first quarter. Bulldogs on top 6-0.
Getting ready for the kickoff now. Kick is up and on the way.
He's going to take it at his own 10-yard line. They're going to run some trickery. Oh, he kept it. He's going to make one defender miss. He's going to get to the 20-yard line before he's run out of bounds by number 27, Morgan.
You know, it's interesting to see that Peoples decided to run to the left side when majority of his blockers were to the right.
Well, it's one of those deals that you have to go with the design of the play. And it's one of those where you guess. You got a 50-50 chance, and Navarro's defensive coverage happened to be kicking the opposite way that the Bucs were trying to go. You all right over there, Alex? Sound like you were trying to shake off some of that pizza, man.
Yeah, I was about to say it's getting to me. Oh, man.
The two-back set for the Buccaneers, and they're going to hand it off. And
it's around the right side.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 25-yard line. That was number 22, Quintonio Williams, a sophomore running back for the Buccaneers.
As the Bucs get ready, it's a lot of fast-paced action when you're dealing with JUCO ball, guys. Not like a 4-year program where you can redshirt guys and have these guys build and grow into the program. You got to come locked and loaded. You come JUCO route.
Well, there was a penalty on that last play, and it's going to be charged against the Buccaneers.
So that's going to be holding, I believe. Is that going to be in the neighborhood of holding?
That looks like the neighborhood of holding to me, young man.
You got to make sure I'm right. You know, this Mobius pizza, you know, I'm getting sleepy now. My eyes are starting to get low on me already. Look, it's going to be a long football game.
No, it's not going to be long because the Bucs are going to come in and shock the house and take care of business on this evening.
Amen. Pass complete.
And that pass complete to number 1, Carrick Wheatfall for the Buccaneers.
Brought down by a, what do you call a pack? You can't call them a pack of dogs. A pack of bulldogs. So, yeah, I am trying to be cute.
I was waiting on that saying for tonight, a pack of dogs on the tackle.
So the Buccaneers gain a decent amount of those yards back to make this 2nd and 7. As he hands it off.
Grace has a little bit of space, cuts back.
And he's going to be brought down.
Just short of the line of game.
No, they're going to rule that a first down for the Buccaneers.
All right, now move the stick.
Any way you can get it, move it on. It's going to be another first down for the Bucs. Want to remind you guys that we will be having athletic director Coach Schumacher, who's the head basketball coach for the Bucs, supposed to join us here at halftime.
Absolutely.
Exactly what we planned.
So the Buccaneers will get a fresh set of downs.
10:48 remaining here in the opening quarter.
Ball placed on the 33-yard line of the Buccaneers. As Williams takes a snap, he drops back and pass, being flushed out of pocket, rolls to the right, and he's going to throw this one downfield, and that pass is incomplete. Wow, you called it, Alex, a dangerous pass to make. But when you have athleticism, as Williams has, it'll make you take gambles and risks like that.
Absolutely, but as soon as he was rolling out of the pocket, rolling to his right, I'm saying, do not throw the ball. Do not, because that's one of those plays that the coach is sitting there thinking, Jesus, please.
Well, I didn't mean to cut you off. Coach Mahan made mention they had an extended 30-minute halftime last week up at Cisco because of weather. And he said he had to get on Williams a little bit about being the playmaker and making things happen instead of forcing it to happen.
As Williams hands it off to Grace up the middle, and he gets past the 35, and he's going to be brought down at about the 38-yard line.
And that's going to make it 3rd, and let's call it a long 6.
And there it is, guys. Number 24, Carlos Grace. The workload for the Buccaneers here.
So it's one of those situations. More than likely, it's going to be a passing situation for the Bucs. Just like they had pressure before. We'll see how they respond.
Williams drops back to pass, and he decides he's going to run this one up the middle, get past the 40,
and he's going to cough it. Did he fumble that football?
Yes, he did, but it was recovered by the Buccaneers. That's going to be his 2nd fumble in today's ball game.
Well, he's kind of loose when he runs with the ball. And you got to protect her. If you're going to be a runner, you got to protect that ball at all times.
Kind of remind you how Michael Vick was kind of loose with the ball every time he took off, just loose with it. I'm not trying to make a comparison.
That was blasphemy.
As far as just him being loose with the ball. So.
Okay. All right, making sure we're on the same page here. I was about to say, man, Dre, I'm about to put you out.
As Williams hands it off to Carlos, he's going to be brought down just shy of the 50-yard line.
Brought down by number 40, Jacob Copeland. 2nd down, and they're going to call it a long 7.
You emphasized the long one.
I did. You know. Can somebody pass me those binoculars so I can make sure I'm calling these down and distances right?
Well, Quintinos Williams back in the backfield alongside Grace. As Williams takes the snap, and he's going to be brought down.
Nothing doing there.
Nearly at the 50-yard line.
No, he was past the 50, brought down by a pack of dogs, led by number 90, Trayvon Mason.
That's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 for the Buccaneers.
So it is another manageable down for the Bucs.
8:33 remaining in the first quarter. Bulldogs still on top 6-0.
Bulldogs showing blitz. Only have 3 defensive backs in coverage here. Williams looks as if he's checking the play in there. Navarro's adjusting accordingly. The bubble screen is open if Williams wants it.
Williams takes a snap, and he's going to throw this one, and that's going to be complete for another Buccaneers first down. That's number 8, DeAndre Reed. I checked that DeAndre Reed, sophomore wide receiver for the Buccaneers.
Actually, a good route and a good throw by Williams to connect with Reed on a critical third down play to keep the drive alive for the Bucs.
First down and 10 for the Buccaneers.
The Bulldogs were pressing on that play as well, so it makes it even a more impressive play.
Williams takes the snap, drop back pass.
Fly.
And that pass is going to be incomplete.
We've got a flag down.
Obviously, it was a defensive flag penalty because they allowed the play to continue on.
Yeah, this is probably going to be in the area probably defensive holding.
Right.
That's going to be offsides against the Bulldogs.
March off 5 free ones.
It was a free play, and Bulldogs dodged a bullet on that one, but Bucs trying to get some rust off right now. Still, even though they came off a 42-30 victory, you always got room to improve and work some things out.
And if I'm the Buccaneers, I'll take it any way I can get it.
Any way you can get it, baby. And twice on Sundays.
Hey.
So William hands it off to Grayson. He's going to be dropped down in the backfield for a loss of 2 yards on the play.
Number 11, Matt, right on the tackle for Navarro. That'll be second down and 7. So he lost 2 on the play.
Lost 2?
Lost 2 on the play. If I could have those binoculars, I'd be able to tell with certainty.
Well, next time you can use these I got you, or you can get your own.
Listen, I told you, I'm in college. I got bills to pay. I got rent, okay?
Oh,
ball placed on the 38-yard line.
Get my high-power binoculars, people.
Hey, man.
Of the Bulldogs. As William drop back the pass.
That's a landing goal. Dangerous.
And that's
going to be caught. I was ready to criticize. Somebody's going to like this, oh, that's a dangerous pass. But, a play like that is less about the quarterback and more about the receiver who made the catch.
Well, we've got to credit both of them. That's why Williams is a high-risk guy. You're going to love him if he makes it, and you're going to hate him if he doesn't make it.
And that was number 5, Quentin Newton, the freshman wide receiver for the Buccaneers, as he hands it off to Grayson. He's going to be brought down just shy of the goal line. And they're going to spot this one at just about the 1 yard line.
Well, you never can tell what happened in the booth. Not like Alex coughed up a lung just a second ago.
As he hands it off to Grayson, he's going to get brought down.
And it's going to be third down. He didn't get there. He didn't make it.
Well, Williams decided to pull it on that read option play.
I mean, that was the right read defensive crash down.
Absolutely.
That's Madden 13.
6 minutes exactly remaining here in the first quarter.
And the Fed net shotgun formation trips to the right.
And the Buccaneers are knocking at the door, and he hands it off to Grace, and he will score.
So the Bucs tie it up here in their second possession. You hear the air horns and Buck Nation going wild as we are a PAT attempt away from the Bucs taking the lead here in the first quarter of play.
Number 24, Carlos Grace, with his third rushing touchdown of this 2017 campaign. As number 48, Ryan Buckley is set to kick it for the Buccaneers, and it's up, and it is good. So the 7-6 our score. Buccaneers on top of this one, 5:48 remaining here in the first quarter.
5:48 in the first quarter, and it's been just as anticipated. A little slow start for the Bucs, but they finally answered the call after the block PAT to take a 1-point lead here in the first quarter of play with 5:49. Alex,
yo,
who we got on that list over there, sir?
You telling me it's time for us to pay some bills, correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
All righty, I'm ready. I'm your man with the plan. Got to thank our great friends at Burger Fencing, Landscaping, and more. To call them, call 281-253-2923. Again, it's 281-253-2923. Also, I'd like to thank our great friends at Farmers Insurance Agency, located in Hempstead, Texas. For more info, call our great friend LaTanya Chappell at 979-826-3026. Mike, can I make a quick personal plug? Can I make a shameless plug?
Can you make what?
A shameless plug.
A shameless plug?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, I've got my own sports radio show coming on every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's called The Game Plan on PVU Radio in the TuneIn app. I took all the hottest topics in sports. For more info, you can actually call in 936-261-3752. I love you guys to tune in and hang out with your boy for a couple hours. It's fun. Trust me.
This ain't the hotline.
Yeah, I know. He did a hotline. He did say shameless plug.
I said shameless. I told you beforehand I ain't got no shame in my game.
Oh, my God.
I need some listeners. Hey.
It might just be a long night after all.
Oh, see, that even necessary right there. Why you got to be like that?
For those of you just now tuning in, the Buccaneers on top of this one, 7-6, 5:48 remaining here in the first quarter.
They're lining up, ready to get things situated. Had a little pause in the action. They probably heard that shameless plug.
Whatever. Hey, I don't feel bad at all. Everybody in here.
Buckley of the Buccaneers kicks it off.
Going to be taken by number 81, Geiger. Geiger going to head around the right side before he is going to get popped by 38, Boggs.
That was an understatement, talking about being popped. I felt that one up here, man.
Made my bones rattle.
Makes me wonder, why do I ever play this game?
See,
you felt that all the way up here, Mike? My goodness.
Yeah.
Guess you as old as you say you are, huh?
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Don't open up the door for me to start getting jokes about his age.
That's the problem about these young folks. They keep saying I'm old until they get to that age.
I mean, well,
I ain't there
yet.
Lying.
Keep waking up.
I'll understand better by and by.
By and by, yes, sir. Speaking of by and by, I'll do a shameless plug. Join us on Sunday mornings from the Temple of Refuge Ministries, located in Prairie View, Texas, at 45372 Old Highway 290.
And that first pass of Navarro is going to be incomplete.
Woodbury's pass was incomplete, as Dre just said, intended for number 2. That fly? Yeah, that is fly. I was looking at the spelling for a second. Ooh. Don't want to defile anybody's name.
Please.
Woodbury's going to hand it off to number 19, Davis. Dave's going to be dropped behind the line.
And he went nowhere in that play, Mike. And that was a run by Navarro on second down. And I want to mention, last week against Cisco, the Buccaneers defense only gave us 77 yards rushing on the ground. So this is an excellent rush defense by the Buccaneers.
Their highlight is that front four, and we'll talk about them throughout the course of tonight's game.
Woodbury's pass is going to be complete out to number 12, Evans. Evans is going to get cut down by number 23, Jared Petrie. Fun fact, guys, Jared Petrie was a high school teammate of mine. His younger brother, Jalen Petrie, plays at Baylor, and his older cousin, Nick Petrie, formerly a wide receiver at Prairie View. I said formerly.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I let that be known.
By way of Louisiana.
Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
So excellent defensive stand there by the Buccaneers as Navarro goes 3 and out.
And that's what you want to see. Navarro does have the capability of being a high-powered offense. They have a history of solid programs.
And the punt is away, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. The Buccaneers will have great field position. We've got 4:16 remaining here in the opening quarter of play. Blinn ahead by a score of 7-6. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, and I'm joined by old man Mike Prince.
He said, "Old man."
Hold on, you forgot to mention the station design with you in mind.
Oh, how could I forget?
You like to plug that line every chance you get.
Hey, man, that's the one I can remember.
That's the only one, ain't it?
It's 2 of them. Serving the community through faith and athletics. Amen.
I keep forgetting about that one.
And that's the one you need to remember the most.
Hallelujah. Somebody say church.
The 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers, ball placed at the 50-yard line. As Williams sends Grace in motion. And he dropped back to pass, and he
has a man.
Newton, and it's going to be caught by Newton at the 5-yard line of the Bulldogs.
And that was a dime there.
Yes, sir. Now, you're talking about he got Bob Williams but he had the composure and the toughness to sit in the pocket, release a perfect pass, and now the Bucs are 5 yards from hitting pay it again.
And officially, the ball will be placed at the 8-yard line of the Bulldogs as he hands it off to Grace, and he's going to be brought down at the gain of about a yard on the play.
A lot of football left, guys, and we've seen every just which way go just about now.
That's going to make this second down for the Buccaneers. 3:35 remaining here in the first quarter. As he hands it off to Grace yet again.
And he's going to be run out of bounds by number 97, Brazil. That's going to bring up third down and goal.
And they're inside the 5-yard line, so it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to go with another run or pass play here on third down.
I mean, the key thing for Blinn here is to come out of this with at least some points. Even if it's not a touchdown, sometimes just take your 3 points and just, give
you need
it
a touchdown. You get this far, you need a touchdown.
You don't get a touchdown on every drive.
No.
You take them when you can get them. And
that pass is going to be incomplete. Number one, Kendrick Wheatfall, the intended receiver, on the play. And that's going to bring up fourth down, 3:06 remaining here in the first quarter, as the kicking unit for the Buccaneers will come out to kick the
field goal.
The field goal, Tim.
You just talked. I saw it said PAT because you wanted a touchdown too, right?
I really did want a touchdown. I think the pizzas are getting to me too.
Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria have fed us.
Snap is back. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights and good. With 3:03 remaining here in the first quarter, Blinn takes a 10-6 lead over the Navarro
Bulldogs. As the Navarro Bulldogs get ready to receive the kick, we want to let you know that you can receive Coach Mahan each and every week on the Coach Mahan Show exclusively on the OpenMic Broadcast Network. We have a conversation with him to recap the week's games, and, of course, we'll have no exception to the rule with this one being recapped. And join us throughout the course of the season, and we got a standing pack with them. If the Bulldogs, if the Buccaneers make the playoffs, we're making the playoffs too.
Hey, road trip.
Love road trips.
You love road trips. The road trip wasn't too bad today, only 33 miles west for us to come from our base out of Prairie View, Texas. Nice travel. Big game down the road at A&M, so we did avoid some of that traffic.
Ooh, thankfully.
Alex, do we have any bills to pay?
We always do. When we never not have bills to pay.
Well, we got to keep the lights on.
Absolutely. All right, we got to thank our great friends at Bush's Chicken in Brenham, Texas. They have the best chicken. I do mean the best chicken, ladies and gentlemen, in Washington County. Trust me, I've tried it. Also thank our great friends at Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. And again, we can definitely testify to that one today, ladies and gents.
Oh, my.
Call them at 979-251-9955 if you want some of this delicious pizza, or you can just come up here to the Brenham Cub Stadium and take some of this off of our hands.
No. They can't do that. You're being too generous, man. Yeah. Hey, listen, stay where you are.
I got one question. Do they deliver?
Oh, they do deliver.
Well, they delivered over here.
I mean, do they deliver? Because I stay in Prairie View.
Well, they delivered, but I don't know if they deliver.
Amen.
They definitely delivered. My goodness.
Ooh.
So they got the band rocking here. Pretty decent turnout tonight here at Cub Stadium, home of both the Cubs of Brenham High and the Buccaneers of Blinn Junior College in Region 14 football action.
Geiger and Lister back deep for Navarro. They're in their own end zone. Kick is away. Lister's going to take it. Lister's going to bobble and fumble it. He's going to pick it up at his 20-yard line, and he's going to get sucked down.
My goodness.
By 29.
That was number 29, Mike Garrett.
Mike Torpedo Garrett. My goodness.
That's going to bring up 1st and 10. Navarro's going to have it at their, we're going to call it the 22-yard line. It's not quite 22, but hey.
Close enough.
Yep. Woodbury's going to take the snap. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Running back offset to his left. They're going to motion Thomas out wide. That pass is complete. And pass complete to number 2, Fly. And
they're going to rule that incomplete.
They're going to rule that incomplete?
Yes, sir.
Check that.
So the Bulldogs went with a pass on 1st and 10.
Trying to mix things up, or the Bulldogs, as, you want to try to keep balance. But one thing is hard to keep balance with a spread offense attack. And one thing I hate about it, I call it a finesse offense. When you get in that red zone, it's hard to penetrate.
Handoff to Thomas. Thomas takes it around the left side. He's not going to have much doing there. Brought down by big number 95. Dre, what's his name?
Number 95 will be Ben Gonzalo. Gonzalo.
Boy, he passed that book quick.
Yeah.
What his name? Help me.
Look, hey, man, listen. One thing I do not like doing is butchering someone's name.
Absolutely.
So exactly 2:12 remaining here in the first quarter. Again, Buccaneers on top 10-6.
Navarro in a spread formation, 5 wide receivers. Woodbury back to pass. That pass is going to be picked off by number 9, Vontae Davis. He's going to be run out of bounds at the Navarro 25-yard line. And with a minute and 58 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter, Blinn is threatening to add to their 4-point lead here as the offense returns to the field.
And that was actually excellent coverage there by the Buccaneers. Almost seems as though he actually had a man wide open just for a split second. He just overshot him.
Well, Vontae Davis is one of the key elements for that 4-2-5 defense the Bucs like to run. Coach Mahon was stressing how he reads the ball well, and that showed a great exception to deke the quarterback into throwing it when he thought a guy was open.
So the defense of the Buccaneers making yet another stand here late in the first quarter as the offense comes back on the field for the Buccaneers. As Williams drop back to pass.
And the pass is picked off.
That pass will be intercepted by number 25.
Khalil Thomas. And,
and just like that.
One giveth and one taketh away.
Yes,
Just
sir.
like the Bible says.
No doubt about that one. And that's that inexperience again that makes Coach Mahon pull out what's left of his hair when he's going back and forth when he talks about Williams. He definitely has the athleticism, but once again, he forcing a throw when he made some throws earlier that was forced, and he made it. Like we said, man, that was excellent play. And that one was one of those where you wish you could have went the other way with it.
And Navarro's offense will return to the field. They have trips to the left, one receiver to the boundary. Woodbury's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 7, DeAndre Cook. Cook has a little bit of running room. He's going to be brought down after about a pickup of about 6 yards. Navarro's going to go fast here. They're going to go with 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Cook offset to Woodbury's left. Woodbury takes the snap, throws the quick bubble screen out to number 14, Rayner. Rayner has some space across the 45, and he's going to be brought down at the 42. Brought down by number, that looked like number 27.
And that's going to be number 27, Nate Best. And Rayner got a little blocking room on that left side to allow him to get around on the edge.
And again, Navarro's going to go fast as this first quarter winds down. We're going to see on that 4 wide receiver set, 2 to each side. Woodbury drops back to pass. He's going to be pressured and sacked.
Yes, sir.
By big number 4,
Antoine Jackson Jr.
And I'll say this much, Auburn transfer.
Yes.
And, man, I tell you what, that brother had missed too many meals. Look, he had some Mobius pizza this morning.
For his pregame?
Yes, sir. And that'll back the Bulldogs all the way back up past midfield for 2nd and long. And they're going to hand it off to Thomas, and Thomas is going to be brought down at about the 47-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down. And, again, I keep asking for these binoculars because these ones in my hands really don't do me much good.
That's going to be third and long. Just put it, obvious passing situation for the Bulldogs.
The Buccaneers are they're back at least 10 yards. Are their defensive back. Woodbury's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw it. Pass is going to be caught at about the 35, at about the 29-yard line, by number 13, Devontae Mims. And that's going to move the sticks. 6 seconds remaining, and that will be the final. And Woodbury snaps it for the final play of the quarter. Going to go to DeAndre Cook, and Cook is going to be run down at the 15-yard line, and that will end the first quarter. The Blinn Buccaneers ahead by a score of 10-6 over the Navarro Bulldogs.
That was a pretty good job by the Bulldogs to try to fit one more play in with about 4 seconds left on the clock.
Absolutely. That's the thing about those hurry-up offenses. They can snap the ball. All they need is 2 seconds. to get up to the line and snap the football.
And can we talk about the last play by Woodbury? He was flushed out of the pocket, running to the left side. Great job by him to keep that drive open.
Absolutely. You know, that's one thing with young quarterbacks, you know, when they get pressure in their face, do they get flustered and just take the sack, or do they slide to the left or slide to the right, or even move up into the pocket and try to deliver that throw? That was a great, mature play by a young quarterback.
And it's excellent to see that he's not flustered by that last interception that he threw in that previous drive.
Absolutely. I think we have to pay some bills. Keep the lights on, you know. Got to keep things.
We don't want to go blind in here, do we?
Oh, absolutely not, you know.
Like somebody I know. No. Hey! I had to.
Who we got? It's going to be your last broadcast. You know the Boadcast Network. All right. We got thank our good friends at Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria, Burger Fencing, Landscaping, and more. Bush's Chicken in Brenham, Texas. Farmers Insurance Agency. Call Latanya Chapel for more information at 979-826-3026. And last but certainly not least, we haven't called their names yet, Hexacare Comfort Solutions. The Clear Pave office is located at 22803 Shield Road in Cypress, Texas. Postal code 77433. Again, that's postal code 77433.
So the ball is going to be placed at the 15-yard line of the Buccaneers. And as the Bulldogs are knocking on the door, we're going to see if the Buccaneers defense can kind of tighten up here.
Mike, you all right over there? All right.
Fine.
I make sure you seem a little salty. Woodbury is going to hand it off, and that's going to go to number 19, Davis, Ernest Davis. He's going to charge before he's brought down by a host of Buccaneers, led by number 32, Pope. That's going to bring up second down and about 5 for Navarro. Ball is on the, let's call it the 11-yard line. Woodbury takes the snap, going to hand it off to Dave. Woodbury's going to keep it. Great fake. And he's going to slide down. And that's going to bring up third down and 3.
And that was actually a good read there by Woodbury to pull it on that last play.
Absolutely. Navarro's going to making substitutions here. Not Ernest Davis. DeAndre Cook back into the ball game. Navarro looks as if they're going to go with a 4-wide set, 2 receivers to each side. Cook offset to Woodbury's left here. 13:59 remaining here in the half. Woodbury drops back looking left, and that pass is going to fall incomplete, intended for number 2, Fly. Number 3.
That's number 3, Dominique Harris for the Buccaneers, and that was a bad read there by Woodbury. His man was not wide open whatsoever.
It looked like Fly slipped down. Look, he fell down a bit, but we digress. The Bulldogs will bring on their special teams unit to attempt to cut the Buccaneer lead to 1. And on to attempt the field goal will be number 39, Heredia. Working on my Spanish pronunciation. The stab is back. The kick is up, and it is good.
So I see Spanish 1 has definitely paid off for you.
Hey, Spanish 2. All right. Listen, man, I paid attention in Dr. Quintero's class.
Look,
I don't know about you.
Numbers and colors don't count, man.
You know, you got to find yourself another ride home.
That's fine.
You keep on.
I'll always have a ride.
With 13:50 remaining here in the half, the Buccaneers' lead has been cut to 1. Our score now, 10-9. Alex Goodwin here with Andre Davis. And let's not forget the founder, the OG, the man who makes this all possible, Grandpa Mike Prince.
The OG.
Grandpa. And I'm all of those above. I want to remind you that at halftime, we're scheduled to have athletic director Coach Schumacher, who also serves the role as head basketball coach. We'll speak with him and talk about some Blinn Buccaneer athletics. And Miss Tara Dreyer will come in, and I believe Henry from Mobius is going to come by here to check us out, make sure we're still able to walk around here after all this great
bring some more of this pizza in here. You know, I'm short on money. You know, rent's due. You know, so I need some food.
How does food have to do with your rent?
Look, because I can't afford food.
Eat it under the roof?
Yeah.
Under the highway?
I got to pay my rent. I just need something to eat.
As a college student, you either got money for one or the other.
I need some sustenance.
You pay your rent, you're starving.
Absolutely. Amen. I don't know. You know, you were in college a long time ago. You know,
things have changed.
Not necessarily. They have not changed.
Number 39, Heredia. On to attempt to kick it off. Dre, who's back deep for the Bucks?
And it's going to be number 13, Davion Peoples, back deep.
Yeah, he's going to sky this one. Oh! Wow. On the return for the Buccaneers will be number 38, Corbin Boggs, and he is going to go out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. So the Buccaneers will take over first down and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The Buccaneers trying to add to their lead. Our score currently 10-9 in favor of the Buccaneers. 13:45 remaining here in the half. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mike Prince is the OpenMic Broadcast Network. Blinn has trips to the right. Grace Offset's going to hand it off to Grace Garrison. He's going to go on the left side. Grace has some space across the 45 to the 50, 45, 40, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 35. Move the sticks, first down, Buccaneers. And see, that with a run like that, you got to thank the big fellas up front. The big fellas, they eat Mobius pizza morning, noon, and night for making that hole possible.
There he is, Carlos Grace, on another big run for the Buccaneers. 13:27 remaining here in the second quarter.
Blinn in it with three wide receivers to the right, one wide receiver to the boundary. Williams is going to drop back to pass, looking right. He has a receiver deep. That pass is going to be incomplete.
And one thing I've noticed about Williams is he has zero problems going for the deep ball.
Oh, absolutely not. The problem is there's always he's not had a receiver that's been really open yet. It's always been some really tight coverage. He's got a great group of receivers, and flags fly, and it appears as if it's going to go against Navarro. And I'm not sure what the call was. Mr. Prince, do you have an idea?
Well, it looks like it might have been a defensive holding against the Bulldogs. We're not quite sure in the vicinity in which it was thrown. Lyles looked like he was going to get away, and he said, I get back here.
And so that's going to give the Bucks, they're going to move the sticks. The Bucks have a fresh set of downs. The ball on the 21-yard line. Williams has trips to the right. One RT to the boundary. They're going to bring a man in motion across the formation. They're going to hand it off to him on the jet sweep around the left side. He's going to have about 2 to 3 yards before he's racked up by a pack of dogs. That's going to bring up second down, and let's call it 6.
And that was number 8, DeAndre Reed, on that handoff for the Buccaneers. Tried to get around the outside, just kind of ran out of room.
And see, that is the problem with running to the ball with running to the side where the ball is on the hash. I just can't get my words right now. That Mobius pizza has gotten to me.
The itis is catching up.
Oh man, it's on me. And that pass is going to be caught, but out of bounds. Pass caught by Wheatfall. He had just had his feet on the white, so that's going to bring up third down and 7 for the guys in all blue. 12:32 remaining here in the half. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Old Man, OG, Mike Prince, the OpenMic Broadcast Network. We're here with you live from Cub Stadium in Brenham, Texas. Williams has 3 receivers to his right. Grace offset to his left. Grace now offset to Williams' right. Grace takes the snap. He's rolling out to the right. He's looking. Has nobody there. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to get out of bounds. I'm not sure if he made it to the line to gain. And
that was a good job there by Williams, rolling out outside the pocket, not trying to force anything. And he just tuck it and run on that last play.
And the field goal unit will be out on the field for the Buccaneers. The holder will be number 99, Reed Bowman. Dre, who's the kicker?
That's going to be number 48, Ryan Buckley.
That's 48.
Yes, sir.
Looks like 40 to me. I'm just snap his back. The kick is up, and it is good. With 12:20 remaining here in the half, the Bucs take a 13-9 lead over the Navarro Bulldogs. Question.
Sure, go ahead.
Can I pay the bills?
You love to pay bills, don't you?
Hey, man, I don't love paying the bills. I know something we got to do.
Instead of saying paying the bills, let's just recognize our supporters and underwriters.
The same thing. You know, we got to pay the rent, keep the lights on. We got to do what we got to do.
Yes,
all right?
Go right ahead, sir.
We got to thank our great friends at Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. We can't thank them enough, ladies and G's. They've been stupendous to us this evening. I thank our great friends at Burger Fencing, Landscaping, and More. If you need to get your yard redone, re-landscape, put some nice rocks around your trees, those are the people to call. Bush's Chicken in Brenham, Texas. The two-piece, ladies and gentlemen, is superb. And last but certainly not least, our friends at Farmers Insurance Agency. They're located in Hempstead, Texas. For more info, you can call Latanya Chapel at 979-826-3026. Again, that's 979-826-3026.
Let me tell you something about the Chapel, Miss Latanya Chapel. She's a PV graduate, class of 93.
Oh, class of 93.
I wouldn't even thought.
The word right out of my mouth.
I got jokes.
Yeah.
I was like, how good was the two-piece?
Let me tell you something. You ever died and went to heaven?
I can't say.
Oh man, that's what it felt like.
Have you, Mike? You're older.
I'm getting my room ready. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Oh,
it's all over with. You better have your reservation stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered. I want to hear well done, not depart.
Mike, stop, please. I'm trying to work here.
Well, y'all brought it up.
We've got Geiger and Lister back deep in their own end zone. Lister's going to take it at his 1 yard line. He's going to go across the right side. We have flags fly. And Lister has some running room. He's going to be across the 45 to the 50, 45, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 38. But this bad boy is coming back. How far back?
All the way back.
You took it out of my mouth. I would.
Way back.
See, can we open up a window in here?
The window is open.
I believe we tried before this game started.
Because Lord have mercy, they got me over here sweating like a Mississippi pastor. This is unconstitutional the way I'm sweating over here, guys. Can we talk to the SID about this? You know, maybe getting a maintenance crew up here, maybe operations man can come here and fix this window.
Well, with the way things have happened, let's just be thankful that we're still here.
Amen.
So sit over there and let it ride.
It's wet.
Let it ride, baby. Let it ride.
I'm going to need some new pants after this one.
Eat you some of that pizza so you can fill them up.
And this one is going to be blocked in the back. Anytime you see a big return like that, sometimes you have to look back to maybe where the returner got the football and check for one of those yellow flags.
And the only person I feel sorry for is a returner on plays like that. All that work for nothing.
Yeah, he's winded, thinking he did something big, and it didn't. No one even show up in the record.
I've been that guy before, so I know exactly how he feels.
Navarro will have possession in the shadow of their own goalpost. Woodbury's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 7, Cook. Cook is going to gain a few yards before he is cut down by big number 4.
The Auburn guy.
Auburn transfer Antoine Jackson
Jr.
And I told you guys during warm-ups, you look at certain guys, you see that is a guy with a D1 size, big-time D1 size.
And that's one thing that the Bucs do. They have a lot of relationships with a big Power 5 program.
And Woodbury takes a snap. He throws a crisp out route to number 13, Mims. And that's going to bring up 3rd down, and they're going to call it 6. As he's got 11:34 remaining here in the second quarter. Blinn ahead 13-9 here from beautiful Brenham, Texas. Woodbury's going to drop back, looking to his right. The ball's going to be thrown and caught by number 80. See, this is why I need those binoculars, Mike. Again, I can't see. It's too far away. My eyes are failing me. I believe that's going to be number 80, Williams, on the catch. First down for Navarro. Woodbury's going to come out with 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 wide receiver on his right. Woodbury's going to drop back, and he's going to feel the press. He's just going to throw it in the stands.
And the sack was nearly there on that last play. Number 33, Jared Young, with the missed opportunity for the Buccaneers.
And I'll say, Woodbury, that pass was very dangerous because I don't believe he was outside of the tackle box.
Well, that's what I said. It looked like he may have risked getting a penalty thrown, but he also showed some strength and elusiveness as well.
Absolutely. So the Navarro Bulldogs will live to fight another down. Woodbury brings a man in motion. He's going to take the snap, but looking to his right, and they're going to throw a quick screen play to number 12, Evans. Evans with the running room. He's going to be shirt tackled down by big number. Is that going to be 52?
Yes, sir. Number 52, Chadrick Thibodeau.
Not the way they teach you how to make tackles out at practice, but sometimes, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
And the blocking certainly did not work for him on that last screen play as he would have liked it to.
And that's going to bring up third down, and they're going to call it 7. Navarro making some substitutions here. We've got 10:20 remaining here in the half. Blinn ahead by 4. Our score 13-9. Woodbury has 5 wide receivers, 3 to his left, 2 to his right. Woodbury takes the snap. He's looking to his right, feels the pressure, rolls to his right, and he's going to deliver the football. That pass is going to be incomplete. Dangerous throw by Woodbury.
And he felt that pressure yet again by Antoine Jackson Jr. there.
And that will bring up 4th down, and the Navarro punting unit will be out on the field. On the punt again for Navarro will be number 32, Trevor Dinbow.
And back deep for the Buccaneers will be number 12, Siskory Smith.
You didn't practice that one for the broadcast, did you? That's Siskory.
Siskory Smith.
And that punt will go out of bounds, and the Blinn Buccaneers will take over with decent field position as the first half. We have 9:54 remaining here in the half. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Grandpa Mike Prince, the OpenMic Broadcast Network, serving the community through faith and athletics. Blinn's coming back onto the field. Early indications, it appears as if they're going to have 3 wide receivers to the right, one wide receiver to the left. Ball is on the left hash. Grace lined up to Williams' left. Going to take the snap. And Williams is going to have it on the read option. Great fake. As I was even looking down into the massive humanity on the fake there. That is a read option executed to perfection, ladies and gentlemen.
And Williams had 0 rushing yards last week against Cisco, but here we see the work of Williams on the ground in that particular play.
That's going to bring up 2nd down and 4. The ball is at the 45-yard line. Trips to the right, one wide out to the left. Ball on the left hash. Williams takes the snap. He's looking to his left. Looking. He has a man deep, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Very nearly intercepted. That was number 19. Excuse me, that was not number 19, Ernest Davis on the coverage. That was, I can't see a thing. That would be number 21, Gregory, on the coverage there. And again, for Williams, that's another dangerous pass that, again, he shouldn't make.
He loves that deep ball.
And the wide receiver almost turned into a defensive back there to prevent Williams' 2nd interception of the evening. And are those whistles there?
Yes, sir. We do have a timeout charge against the Buccaneers.
Oh, really now?
Yes, sir.
And with that timeout, we want to remind that you are listening to the OpenMic Broadcast Network debut broadcast of Blinn Buccaneers football, as the Buccaneers are holding on to an early first half lead over the, I don't want to call them Cisco so bad, but over the Navarro Bulldogs. Bulldogs in their all blue uniforms, royal blue helmets, royal blue pants, and jerseys to match, as the Bulldogs in the red helmets with all white uniforms sporting the red numbers. We are all getting, as they say, settled in for this second half. We get close to it. Want to thank Mobius Pizza for coming with our pregame, and it seemed like it's going to be halftime and post-game meal, and what a meal it was. Bush's Chicken, located in Brenham, Texas. 2 of the local natives, if you will, joining on board with us here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network in support of Buccaneers football broadcast and the Coach Ryan Mahon Show. Dr. Prince, Dr. Dre, and soon to be Dr. Gooden here in the press box area. It's been an adventurous day, a fun day, and it's getting better as the time goes by.
Dr. Dre, Mike.
Dr. Dre,
I think this is the closest I ever get to a doctor, so I appreciate it.
All you got to do is sleep in a certain hotel, and you can go and claim to be whoever you are. You better not call them out because they didn't pay us.
Wow.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
2 words about Mike Prince.
Back to the action on the field. Blinn has trips to the right. Running back to Williams' left. He's going to hand it off to number 22. Williams. Williams has a bit of running room, and he makes it to the line to gain. That's going to move the sticks for a Buccaneer first down. We've got 9:14 remaining here in the half. Bucs looking to add to their 4-point lead here from Cub Stadium in Brenham, Texas.
And you mentioned it before, the offensive line's been doing an excellent job in today's ball game.
Blinn's going to stay with that 3 wide receiver set. They're going to hand it off to Williams again. Williams going to get up the middle, slips a tackle before he's brought down after a pickup of about 5 yards. Brought down by big number 92, Douglas Indika. That can bring up second down, and we're going to call it 5. Ball is still on the left hash. Buccaneers have trips to the right, 1 wide receiver to the boundary. Williams offset. They're going to hand it off to Williams once more. Williams, there's nothing doing there. Brought down by a pack of dogs, led by number 55, Herrera. That'll bring up third down. It appears as if he lost a yard. Third down.
Well, the Buccaneers are running by this code. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey. And they're going to stay with that 3 wide receiver set. Ball on the left hash. 1 receiver to the boundary. Williams going to take the snap. He's dropping back, looking. He has some running room across the 30 to the 25 before he is spun down.
By the neck.
He's brought down by number 93, Orlando Morris, and that's going to move the stick for a Buck first down.
And it's interesting to see Williams to take off and run with it on that one. It seems that Coach probably told him that, hey, you've been fortunate. If it's not there, just pull it and get what you can get.
Absolutely. Now, it's interesting that was not almost a penalty call with the new rules that they have in place for the.
And Williams is going to throw it in that pass. Oh. By the end of this night, I think Coach Mahon may have a heart attack. Because let me tell you something, my heart was fluttering. I think my heart just skipped a beat. I almost had some heart palpitations just now. And I'm up here in the box calling the game with you two. Imagine what Coach Mahon is going through right now.
Well, they live it, and they sacrifice and make,
We just call it. Yeah. Look, if I'm up here stressed, imagine how he's feeling.
And that's not the first time the Williams have thrown into double coverage here tonight.
And that's going to bring up second down. The Bucs live to fight another day. Trips to the right. They have a tight end. He's lined up on the left. Williams offset to Williams' left. Navarro showing blitz. Williams looking. He has a man. He's wide open to the 10-5 touchdown Bucs with 7:17 remaining here in the half. And the Blinn Buccaneers take a 19-9 lead on that Williams pass to number 8, DeAndre Reed.
And maybe that's why Coach has confidence in Williams, knowing that he's going to connect on one of those passes eventually. And as we saw it there, connecting the pass to number 8, DeAndre Reed, for the score.
And that might have been the one. I believe Navarro had a coverage bust there because there's not been a wide open receiver all evening there, and Reed just ran right down the seam.
Well, that's what happens with a zone coverage, and people don't check off on the zones and just the timing. As you say, Williams has a big time arm, and that time it paid off, especially when you have somebody with a blown assignment.
And the snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good with 7:17. Our new score, Blinn 20, Navarro 9.
Listening to Buccaneers football action here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Andre Davis, Alex Goodwin, and yours truly, the Doctor Radio,
What happened to Dr. What happened to Dr. Dre?
Dr. Dre, well, you said you didn't like it inappropriate, so I
no.
it around.
I mean, it is inappropriate.
I didn't say no such thing.
You didn't say no such thing?
No, doctor.
Well, he said, well, he can be a doctor in spirit, doctor in theory.
Right.
You know, it's okay. We'll call you Dr. Dre because I don't even think Dr. Dre is a doctor. He's
He isn't. He ain't a doctor.
but he goes by Dr. Dre.
Exactly.
And that's okay.
Absolutely. All those words.
All those words bundled up in one. And speaking of being bundled up in one, don't forget to check out Coach Ryan Mahan's show on Mondays here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And the Bucs are ready to kick it off. Lister and Geiger, they're back deep for Navarro. They're standing in the shadow of their own end zone. They're each one, Geiger on the left hash, Lister on the right hash. The kickoff is imminent, and Lister's going to take it he's going to bring it out of his own end zone. He's going to run up the middle. He makes one defender miss before he is brought down by a host of Buccaneers. Decent return there for Navarro.
Well, that it looked like he did want to take it out and decide, well, maybe I ought to take it out since they got me back here. And as a result, the Bulldogs will get set up to try to set things off for this attempt here in the second half of play between the Bulldogs and the Bucs.
And we've got first and 10 for Navarro. Woodbury has 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side, running back offset to his left. He's going to fake the zone read. He's going to roll out. He has a man. He's wide open. That will be number 13, Mims. However, flags fly. Flags fly.
And it may be a reason why he was wide open.
We're going to check the penalty, and that will go against Navarro. And, Mike, you're right. I didn't want to say Cisco all evening.
Well, that's because the Buccaneers played Cisco last week out in Cisco, winning 42-30. That was actually their season opener as Hurricane Harvey blew away and meant that literally and figuratively their season opener against Texas A&T.
Woodbury will have 4 wide receivers, 2 to his right, 2 to his left, running back offset. They're going to hand it off to Cook. Cook has some running room. Cook is going to bring it across the 25-yard line, and he gets down to about the 26. It's going to be second down and call it 7. Woodbury's going to take the snap. He's going to fake the zone read, sprint out pass, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. Intended for number 2, Warren Fly. Third down and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Third down and 2, Bulldogs trying to keep a drive going while the Bucs trying to stop the drive. Look for some type of option read run from the quarterback.
And they're going to come out. They're going to have trips to the left. Woodbury takes a snap. He's looking to his left, looking, sees nothing there, throws it, and that pass is going to be caught by number 10, Sanosi. And that was a great grab. It looked as if Woodbury just throwing that ball up there for grabs. I didn't know.
What they call a Hail Mary on a short version?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, Woodbury trying to make a play there on that last play.
And Navarro's going to come to the line, and they're going to go fast. And we've got flag fly. That'll be false start against Navarro. That's going to back them up 5.
Well, that'll slow them down and give the Bucs a chance to regroup and get their composure to try and sustain and keep the lead if they can, even add to their 21-9 lead right now.
And see, that's one thing that coaches they'll make coaches pull their hair out. As offensive linemen, anybody on the offense, you should know your snap count. And it doesn't matter if the offensive lineman jumps or slides to his left or to his right. You know the snap count. Once you put your hand in the dirt, don't move. Woodbury's going to take the snap. He's going to throw a quick tunnel screen to number 14, Rayner. Rayner has some space across the 45 to the 35, to the 30 to the 25. He's down all the way to the 10-yard line.
That was actually a well-designed play.
Absolutely. The big boys was in the way there, clearing some room for him on that last play.
That was a convoy. The mission was meet me at the goal line. Fortunate for the Bucs, they didn't score on that play, but you got to give credit to what credit is due.
And Navarro, again, going fast there. They're going to throw a quick bubble screen to number 13, Mims. and it appears we have more flags down, and this is probably going to be in the neighborhood of offsides because they let the play go. We're going to check the penalty from our officials.
I think you're right. That might go against the Bucs, be half the distance.
Illegal substitution against the Buccaneers, and that's one of the things we're trying to substitute the guys in and out. And, you try to get to maybe your heavier packages for, once you get down near the goal line. See, that's the effect of going fast. That's what the effect it has on you.
Right, it throws all your timing off.
And that's going to be a fumbled snap.
Wow.
The Buccaneers say they have it.
They're saying it.
And nope.
Referee saying the Bulldogs fall.
Oh, where's the camera when you need it?
Referee is saying the Bulldogs were able to get back on it.
Wow. Woodbury and company were narrowly, and I do mean narrowly, able to avoid disaster on that play. They're going to live to fight another down. There's going to be...
Boy, you're talking about a momentum changer there.
Oh, yeah. They're going to go with a pistol set, running fullback offset to Woodbury's right. Woodbury's going to drive back, looking to his left. Pass is going to be incomplete. And I'll tell you what, Coach Ryan Mahon and his staff need to be thanking their lucky stars because Woodbury had a receiver, just overthrew him. Put a little bit too much mustard on that.
Well, actually, it really seemed like it kind of went through his hands on that last play. Warren, if you're Warren Fly, you have to make that play. You have to make that play.
A big play now for the Bucs on the defensive side.
3rd down and 8. Woodbury looking to his right. He's going to check it down to Fly. Fly breaks the tackle, breaks another before he's run out of bounds by number 27, Nate Betts. That's going to bring up 4th down.
And that was number 33, Jared Young, on the missed tackle for the Buccaneers.
So if you're Navarro, I know it's 4th down. You're still in the first half. It's obvious what they're going to do here. What do you do in this situation?
Take the points.
Take the money and run?
You got to take your money and run. Sometimes, what's the song? I don't even know who made it. Nowhere to hold 'em.
You know what? I'm not really a fan of that. You play to win.
You're not playing to win.
You're kind of playing it safe to me. You play to win. You're already
in the first half.
Yeah, you're still in the first half. There's plenty of time, and the snap is back, the kick is up, and it's good. With 4:55 remaining here in the half, the Buccaneers lead 20-12 over the Navarro Bulldogs. And I believe we have some time to pay some rent.
There you go with that paying the rent.
Paying bills, paying rent. What's next? Paying the mortgage?
Paying the piper.
Go ahead, sir, and let the folks know who are helping.
All righty then. Thank you. I'd like to thank our great friends at Hexacare Comfort Solutions, Farmers Insurance Agency located in Hempstead, Texas. You can call them up at 979-826-3026. Again, that's 979-826-3026. Also, our friends at Bush's Chicken in Brenham, Texas. The 2-piece is to die for, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I'd like to thank our friends at Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. Their deep dish pizza is the bomb. The bomb with a capital B. Ladies and gents, more info on how you can get some of that delicious deep dish pizza. Call 979-251-9955. Ask for Henry. Tell him Alex from the Open Mic Broadcast Network sent you.
We have 5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. And if I'm Navarro, you have liked to get a score on that last drive, especially when you make it all the way down inside the 5-yard line.
Well, one thing you got to remember, Navarro deferred to the second half, so this is going to be a big series for the Bucs right here.
And kicking off for Navarro will be number 39, Heredia. And it's going to go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So the Bucs will probably get it at their own 35-yard line. They're going to start with favorable field position here with 4:55 left here in the half. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, old man Mike Prince here with you.
You're about to say it again.
You know I'm going to say it. You know I'm going to say it. I was going to ask you. You said, thought you were going to say it. I'm going to say, yep, it's Fat Me Greasy. You know I'm going to say it.
And speaking of Greasy, we'll be right back here next weekend on the 16th for another Blinn action. Alex, you going to join us, man?
Oh, I have to. I'm here.
More like a Blinn adventure.
A Blinn adventure?
More like a Blinn adventure.
I think we're going to be all right.
This is a voyage to get here. Once we got here, we ran into some issues. I ain't going to get into that on the air. 3 wide receivers to the left, Grace offset. Williams going to take the snap, going to go to zone read. He's going to lose a few yards before he's slung down at his own 30-yard line. He lost about 5 there, and that's the play you just have to get up the field and take what you can get. Again, like I said, to quote Kenny Rogers, know when to hold them and when to fold them.
Yeah, you just pretty much said it there. That's a perfect example of going east and west instead of north and south, preferably north.
And again, Mr. Prince, once you talk to Coach Mahon on Monday for his show, ask him how much air he has left after this.
Well, we joke about that all the time. You know, I tell him I don't have that problem about pulling my hair out because I keep.
You lost your hair a long time ago.
Well, I didn't lose it. I chose to give it away.
Williams' pass is complete to number 86, Drake. And that's going to bring them back up to the line of scrimmage. You're going to get a little bit more. That's going to make it 3rd down and about 8.
And that was an excellent throw on the run there by Williams. He was flushed out of the pocket. He was still able to complete the pass.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Bucks. Trips to the right, ball on the right hash. Grace offset to Williams' left. Williams going to roll out to his left. He's going to deliver it to Reed. Reed is going to be run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He's going to be well short of the 1st down. So Blinn will bring out their special teams unit. We've got 3:30 remaining here in the half. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mike Prince here with you. This is OpenMic Broadcast Network, serving the community through faith and athletics.
I want to also remind you that you can listen to the Mike Prince Show each and every weekday, Monday through Friday at the OpenMic Broadcast Network or obnradio.com. If you're in the local area, it is 87.9 FM in Prairie View, Texas.
And that kick is away, and that's going to be muffed. And that ball is still free. Wow. Blinn is going to recover. Special teams give it, and they take it away. Blinn is going to have the football.
There you go, Mike.
Exactly.
You talked about it before. Momentum changing. We just saw it right there on that last play.
Absolutely.
And that's the play where you shouldn't just try to pick up the football. At that point, once Troy Edwards realized he muffed that football, just falling. Don't try to pick it up and make something out of nothing because he just caused a bad situation to become even worse. And now Blinn has the football, and they're threatening to add to their 8-point lead. 2:57 remaining here in the half.
As we talked about, the Bulldogs blowing an opportunity to secure and even get closer, knowing they're going to get the ball back. Now it's time for Blinn to turn on the gas.
And Williams is going to have trips to his right, Grace offset to his left, and they're going to hand it off to Grace, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. I believe he lost a yard or so. 2nd down and goal. Ball will be on the 3-yard line.
And that was an excellent read there by the Navarro's defense. Almost as if they saw that play coming.
Right. Well, the key to defending the spread is being disciplined and staying in your lanes and staying at home.
And this is the problem a lot of teams run into with the spread offenses. Once you get in the red zone, near the goal line, there isn't as much space to spread the offense. The operative word in spread offense is what?
To spread the offense, exactly.
And there's not a whole lot of room to spread here.
Right.
And so they're going to hand it off to Grace again. Grace is going to head up the middle. Grace breaks the tackle. Tough running touchdown.
Yes,
Buccaneers.
Well, great job. And that just shows the confidence that they have in Carlos Grace as they go to him 2 plays in a row inside the 5-yard line.
And with 2:12 remaining here in the half, the Blinn Buccaneers 26, the Navarro Bulldogs 12, with the extra point pending. The holder for the Buccaneers, number 99, Reed Bowman. On to kick will be number 40. That's 48, Buckley. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is to the uprights, and good. Our score now 27-12 in favor of your Blinn Buccaneers.
And Grace has actually showed some toughness. And we just talked about how difficult it is and how you are against that spread. I'm against the spread as they go. But Grace showed that he has the determination and the toughness to run inside.
You're right. He did show some toughness because he made one man miss as he looked like he was going to be stopped at about the 2-yard line as he made one man miss, and he got the score there for the Buccaneers.
He did a dipsy when they thought he was going to do a doodle.
All that.
Did you just take a selfie?
I did. I took a selfie. Got to post it on Facebook. Let my people know I'm doing things positive out here with my life.
I understand you. You know, with 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, it's a wonder to see that, you know, if Navarro is going to go with that hurry-up offense as they did in that last drive.
Well, here's one thing you guys have to remember. This is a JUCO ball, and everything is accelerated. We heard Alex mention about the muff and trying to turn something into nothing. These guys are auditioning for their next opportunity to play collegiate ball.
Absolutely.
So they want to show that they can make some things. Some guys are here by default. Some guys are here because they felt they were overlooked. So they're going to always try to make a play, which is why JUCO ball can be exciting.
Yeah, you know, they use every single game to try to add to their highlight tapes and everything like that.
And they have Lister and Geiger back deep for Navarro. Buckley to kick it off for the Buccaneers. The kick is away, and that ball is going to roll into the end zone and out for a touchback. Navarro will take over at their 25-yard line. We got 2:12 remaining here. Your Blinn Buccaneers 27, the Navarro Bulldogs 12. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, old man Mike Prince. This is the OpenMic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. There you go, Dre. I said it.
Okay, now with all that being said, Dre, I hope you're going to be all right, my friend. You're having a little coughing spell right now. But right now, if you're Navarro, you want to try to get some points out of this. And if you're Blinn, you want to be as opportunistic as you can be. Right
Absolutely.
now.
Navarro gets the ball back after halftime. So if they can put some points on the board here and get the ball back after halftime, they may have a chance to bring this back into a one-score ball game. Navarro has 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back offset to Woodbury's left. They're going to hand it off. They're going to hand it off to number 12. Evans. Evans is going to have about 9 yards.
And Evans has...
Oh, excuse me. He got the first down.
Yes, Evans had some excellent blocking on that play, and that was a particular the big guy, number 75, Levon Livingston.
And Navarro's going to go fast like we anticipated. Woodbury dropping back, looking left, avoiding pressure, rolling to his left. He's going to throw it to Evans. A big block. Wow. Evans breaks the defender before he's submarined by number 23. My former teammate, dear friend of mine, Jarek Petrie. Flags fly.
And that was an excellent job by Woodbury to avoid the sack on that last play.
Yeah. He showed that he has some very good footwork, and he has a little calmness in the midst of the storm.
And it appears that penalty is coming
against Navarro.
It's going to be blocking the back against Navarro.
I missed the block in the back, but whatever the guys in stripes say. So it's gonna be trips. Navarro's gonna have trips to the left, 1 wide receiver to the boundary, and they're gonna hand it off to Evans. Evans, there's nothing doing there, and he's gonna be brought down. Big number 4, Jackson, providing penetration, and we've got whistles. And it appears as if it's going to be a timeout on the field.
And you know how I mentioned earlier, Mike, that the Buccaneers only gave us 77 yards on the ground. It is safe to say that the big man, Antoine Jackson, may be the reason behind that.
Well, Antoine Jackson, you've been calling his name all evening, an Auburn transfer. For whatever reason, he was an Auburn transfer. There was also another guy who has some history here, who transferred from Florida, and from Florida come to Blinn and went to Auburn, who's now playing for the Carolina Panthers, and that's none other than Cam Newton. So you get a lot of big-time guys that you might not know of yet under the radar, right underneath your nose here in Brenham, Texas.
And it's the big guys that's really been doing the work for the Buccaneers, especially on the ground, as Navarro's running game hasn't even made it towards the secondary at all.
No, they did get past the 50 on a couple of plays, but not
majority of this ball game, though.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Both teams are back onto the field. We have 1:37 remaining here in the half. Buccaneers ahead 27-12. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mike Prince. This is OpenMic Broadcast and Network. Woodbury with 3 wide receivers to his right. Running back offset to his left. Woodbury avoiding pressure, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to scramble, and he's just going to get down. He's going to have enough for a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, that was a good job there by Woodbury, stepping up into the pocket, keeping this drive alive for the Bulldogs.
And they're going to go fast yet again. 4 wide receivers. They're going to throw a quick bubble screen to Reyna. Reyna's going to be racked up and stopped by number 32, Pope. And we're going to have whistles, and it appears as if we're going to have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, quick timeout.
The official timeout.
Timeout charged to Navarro.
Yeah.
And we have a minute 11 remaining here in the first half. 27-12 our score. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Grandpa Prince.
Well, Navarro runs that particular little screen attempt, trying to catch the Bucs in one or two ways, either being too aggressive or too reserved and passive, because a lot of people trying to go and prevent defense at that time, trying to figure they can get a little surge of yardage and eat up some time. When they saw it didn't work, they quickly took the time out here as we're under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Bulldogs trailing the Bucs 27-9. Some pretty good defensive showing by the Bucs as they've been opportunistic off the muff punt and taking advantage of a short field, some tough running, inside running by Grace, and the Bucs are looking to try to see if they can squeeze another opportunity here in this first half, already up by a nice margin.
Yeah, and if I'm the Bulldogs, I definitely want 7 points out of this particular drive. You got 3 on the last drive. You definitely want 7 on this one.
And both teams are back out onto the field. Woodbury's going to have trips to his right, one receiver to his left on the numbers. Ball is on the left hash. And again, the official having another summit here at midfield.
This is a critical 4th down and 2 if you're the Bulldogs.
If you're the Bucs as well.
Absolutely.
And if you're Blinn here, you cannot. They may go with a hard count or a quick count.
If I'm Blinn, I'm thinking turnover and get a quick score.
Absolutely.
Crowd has definitely came alive here.
Yeah.
And
today's ball game.
Woodbury takes the snap. Pressure coming. He's going to throw it deep up to Fly. That pass is going to be dropped. And that will bring up a turnover on downs.
Well, Woodbury recognized the one-on-one coverage there, and he just threw it up and tried to let Fly come down and make a play with it.
Wait a
So right now
that wasn't 4th down. That was actually 3rd down. The dialer down was just turned to down number 4. So they're going to have an extra crack at it.
Wow.
Well, that explains it. I'm going like, if you're going to go for it here, then you still got to watch a fake here, though.
Absolutely. And we were reading 4th down.
Yeah,
on the scoreboard.
It was 4th down everywhere. Maybe there was a ghost down.
And Woodbury's going to have 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Running back offset to the right. Woodbury's going to take the snap. Pressure coming. He's going to throw it out to Reyna. And that pass is going to fall incomplete. Coverage on the play for the Buccaneers from number 32, Pope, with 1 minute, exactly 1 minute remaining here in the half. The Blinn Buccaneers ahead by a score of 27-12 as they get the ball back on a turnover on down.
And if I'm the Blinn Buccaneers, you keep running the ball, do what you've been doing, do what's been working this entire ball game.
Dance with the one that got you here?
Dance with the one that got you here.
There you
Absolutely.
Go. There you go. Short field for the Bucs and an explosive offensive attack.
And he's back there, number 24, Carlos Grace.
Buccaneers have trips to the left. Grace offset to Williams' left. One wide receiver to his right. Williams drops back. He's looking deep. Passes there, and it's going to be incomplete. Number 25, Benji Franklin on the coverage for Navarro.
I completely disagree with that play call.
A little flare pass to Grace, 7 1-on-1.
That was the complete opposite of a swing of a swing route.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'll say this: I admire Williams' confidence, but at certain points, it appears as if he just has his mind set with pushing the ball down the field with no regard.
You got to understand, he's a young freshman quarterback, very talented.
What a pop!
And, you mentioned that by Williams, and like you said last week, he had 308 yards passing. You don't get that by throwing a little swing route.
No, you don't. But at a certain point,
it appears as if almost he's locking in on one receiver. And when you notice when he's throwing the football, he's only looking when he decides where it almost as if he decides where he's going with the football pre-snap. Once he decides where he's going, he's looking that way and that way only. He's not really going through progressions. And
that's what Mike said earlier. This opportunity for these guys to just make plays and move on after this year.
And handoff is going to go to Grace. Grace is going to be spun down. We've got flags
everywhere.
I think I see more yellow than green.
Yeah.
And flags fly. 9 seconds remaining.
I see it's yellow.
and we've got fans in the crowd with penalty markers themselves.
Yeah.
Quite the crowd here in Brenham, Texas.
Don't forget at halftime we will be speaking with athletic director Coach Schumacher, and also scheduled to speak with Miss Tara Dreyer, and I believe old brother Henry is going to drop in on us from Mobius.
Is he bringing more pizza?
Man, he came eat what you got.
He done brought more pieces than we can eat.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I can't eat it all today.
Well,
but I can handle it.
The Lord will take care of the next day. You just eat for today.
Hallelujah. We've got 9 seconds remaining here in the half. In both teams, we're going to have a quick time out on the field here. 27-12, our score. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Grandpa Prince.
And Grandpa Prince, want to let you all first say thank you for joining us on tonight's broadcast here at the OpenMic Broadcast Network. We've been in establishment since 2002, serving our local and regional student athletes. We do provide high school coverage and collegiate coverage. We are truly, truly blessed and thankful for the opportunity to be in Washington County, which is a kissing cousin of Waller County, expanding the globe, if you will, bringing you coverage from the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the SIAC, also the Region 14 Conference with Blinn. We have a plethora of college coaches shows, high school coaches shows, the whole gamut. As they say, the hits just keep on coming. Visit our website at obnradio.com. If you happen to be on the go, you can listen to the Bucks at 724-444-7444. Enter code 46493.
And both teams are back onto the field. 9.5 seconds remaining here in the half. Williams has 3 wide receivers to his left. They're going to hand it off to Jonathan Grace. And Grace has to the place across the 35 to the 30, down to the 25 to the 20, and he's down inside the 20-yard line. 3 seconds remaining here in the half. He got out of bounds, and the Blinn kicking unit is on to the field. Excellent. To attempt to tack on 3 more points. Great awareness by Grace to get out of bounds. It gives the kicker Buckley a chance to tack on to this Blinn Buccaneer lead.
The Bucks answering, taking advantage of opportunity.
And flags fly. And it appears as Blinn may have broken the huddle with 12 men, or that might be delay of game.
Well, the Buccaneers had them spread out on that last play. They were lined up as if they were about to pass, and that explains why Grace has such a wide open hole.
Right. Half lane will travel.
And that's going to back them up 5 yards. They're still going to attempt the field goal. Andre, who's the holder?
That is going to be, I need those binoculars like you. Trying to get there. That's going to be number 48, Ryan Buckley. You keep saying it looks like 40, but it's number 48, Ryan Buckley.
It looks like 40 when he turns to the side.
Number 48, Ryan Buckley. Same kicker as always.
If he turns to the side, that 8 looks like a 0, doesn't it? Or am I crazy?
I'm gonna let you figure that one out.
I'm
gonna let you figure that out.
Hey.
You asked me a question.
What y'all not finna do is just get up on here and disrespect me. That's not gonna happen.
Put some respect on my name.
Oh, absolutely, straight up and down.
All 3 of us.
Oh yeah,
all 3 of y'all.
Oh, this ain't that kind of party. We all grown in here.
Put some respect on it. When you call my name, put some respect on it.
Gotta turn everything to old blues song.
I ain't gonna tell you no more.
Thank you, Johnny Mathis.
I can't do some Johnny Mathis for you now.
Well, all right. We're good.
Rah.
The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is no good. And that will conclude the first half of play here from Brenham Cubs Stadium here in Brenham, Texas. Your Blinn Buccaneers lead by a score of 27-12. Old man Prince.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell them what's coming up on the halftime show?
Supposed to be coming up on the halftime show. We're going to be speaking with athletic director Coach Schumacher, who serves as athletic director and head basketball coach for the Blinn Buccaneers. We're also going to be speaking with Miss Tara Dreyer when she gets in. She's wearing a couple of hats. She's taking photos. And just want to remind you all that this is our first game for the season for the Bucs, as we are excited to have the Bucs be a part of the OpenMic family. This has been a progress in work for a couple of years now, and we're mighty glad to have everybody on the same page as we get done here. Exciting first half of play.
Yes, speaking of the man of the hour.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
He's eating the pizza, the delicious pizza.
Oh, man.
Couldn't wait.
I don't know if there's any left. Well, I mean, there is some. We couldn't finish it all.
Alex, let that young man, and I call him young purposely, get in here and talk about it. Man, we've been talking about it, and in between nap sessions from the exciting, delicious food, it was not because the game was boring, but the pizza is just that good. We're going to let you introduce yourself.
Oh, goodness, okay.
And he said, oh, good, don't get gun shy on me now, sir.
No, not at all.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
With pizza in my hand.
With a pizza in his hand and love in his heart. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to some and introduce to others my brother in the pizza business,
Brother Henry.
Brother Henry. How you doing, Brother Henry?
I am doing better now because I'm eating.
Yes, sir.
I got pizza in my tummy.
Yeah, well, we got pizza in our tummy, and it says yummy, yummy. How about that?
Absolutely. We need to write a song.
Well, you know what? They were just not making fun of my old singing up here a little while ago, but I'll sing about anything. But look, you guys are the real deal. And you're not just, and we're not here to knock anybody. We're here to promote and talk about your product. This is fresh ingredients.
Absolutely.
Hand tossed. And we even said hand delivered. The question was asked, do you guys deliver? And I said, I don't think they'll deliver to Prairie, but we'll come out here to see you and tell the people how they can come out here and see you at Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria.
Well, you know, we're right there on one of the main streets, Business 290.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you get into town, it's called Market Street.
Yes, sir.
And here, you can sit here. Probably.
Okay.
One of you.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
You're good. And so we're on a main street, so that's good. And so it's easy to see us. And another reason why is because there is a huge coffee cup on top of our roof.
Yes, sir.
You can't miss it.
You can't. If you miss that one, then you got a problem, right?
You know, yeah. If you miss the name, it's like, oh, it's the one with the coffee cup on top.
Yes, sir.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now we talked to you. You're not new to the restaurant business at all. This is not your first rodeo. Give us a little background, man, on your love for this restaurant business, because you have a different perspective on things.
You know, I did a career change, many moons ago when I was 29. I had a career change.
I remember being 29,
you know, and I'm saying, what am I thinking? But I always wanted to be in the hospitality industry, the food business. And it just stems from working in restaurants or working at the parks where it was a saloon, you know, the Six Flags Park and the saloon and the show up on top, and they served sandwiches. And I just really like that family atmosphere, and I like the family entertainment. And I just put a spark in my heart to get in this business one day. And, you know, years later, there was a career change, and I had to make a decision. And I said, at 29, I'm going to bus tables, I'm going to bartend, I'm going to learn everything I can, wait tables, cook, manage, whatever it took to learn the business. And guess what? They paid me for it.
Yes.
Is that incredible?
Yes. Well, you know,
it's like going to school and they're paying me for it.
I have a saying, and I think you'll appreciate this. If you love what you do, simplify what you do, and master what you do, it never seems like you're working.
Absolutely.
And if you're not having fun,
right,
why bother to do it at all?
You're exactly right.
And when I tell you, I'm not just saying this because you hear, I'm from St. Louis. This is some real pizza. This is some real pizza.
I come from the big city down the road, and I'm in the restaurant business for 30 some odd years, and I thought I had tasted good pizza. And I'm not saying it's because now I'm an owner, but I came here and I tried it, and it was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
It's really good.
It's good.
Really good.
It was filling. As a matter of fact, we were sitting up here going like, man, we might have enough for breakfast and lunch tomorrow, because I had 2 slices, and I'm still being held down, but these young guys, if it holds them down, then we know we got something working.
Wow, I don't know how you did the program with pizza in your mouth, but you must, I don't know, it's an art.
Look,
you guys are professionals.
We are professionals, and you're definitely a professional. We got Coach Schumacher right outside.
Okay.
If you can, give us the address and the location once again.
Absolutely. It's 1120 South Market Street. That's the same street as Business US 290.
Yes, sir.
290.
And that is Mobius Cafe and Pizza. It is the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Henry.
Hey, let the viewers and the listeners know that we won 2017 Best Pizza in Brenham.
Yes, sir.
This year.
Yes,
Best
sir.
Coffee Shop in Brenham this year.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. And then Best Breakfast in Brenham.
So the trifecta is working.
Absolutely.
So breakfast, lunch, or a little Joe for the soul, you can get it done at Mobius Cafe.
Absolutely, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
God bless you so much.
And I hope you enjoy these cookies, fresh baked.
Oh, man. I hope my wife is not listening. That's all I can say.
I'm going to tell her on the air that I came with 6.
Okay.
So I don't know how many is going to be left.
Look, he's got to get out of here now. He's throwing the whole cover on everything.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Say hi,
Barb is gun shy over here. We tried to get her. We got Mobius in the house. We got Coach Schumacher waiting. We're going to get him in real quick. We're at halftime right now. Brenham, Texas. The Bucks on top of the Bulldogs by the score of 27-12. And Coach, how you doing, sir?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself?
We're blessed and thankful for the opportunity here. We know who you are, but let the listening audience know who you are and the purpose of you joining us here in this booth on this evening.
Well, I am currently the athletic director and the men's basketball coach at Blinn College, and I got an opportunity to come up here and visit with you guys, and I jumped all on it.
Yes, sir, and we're mighty glad you jumped on it.
Yes.
Coach Schumacher has
The only thing I got to throw this in, though, I'm disappointed I didn't get here in enough time for the pizza. I look around, and everybody's got this great-looking pizza.
Hey, you're more than happy to get a pizza there because it is absolutely, it is fantastic. You know, sometimes you'll be like, yeah, whatever you say, but then when you catch it, you go like, wow, unbelievable. Now, Coach, you got a historic program right here. You've been appointed athletic director, head basketball coach. I know it's football season right now. Sure. Bring us up to speed on your basketball season and the Bucks basketball on the hardwood.
Well, I mean, right now we're just kind of doing some conditioning. We've got a lot of transfers. We're very big. And, we won't start until basically our first scrimmage date will be Saturday. I believe it's October 7th, and it'll be in Dallas, Texas. But we got a fine group of guys, and they've been working hard so far. We'll see what happens.
Well, you know what? A lot of people don't understand because we've been blessed and fortunate to where we do 4-year colleges, and it's a lot of excitement doing JUCO ball because everything is at an accelerated pace. These guys are here. They're trying to prove themselves, so you get a very short time to work with these guys. So what type of ball player is it that you look for to not only help these guys further their career, but extend your career on the coaching level?
Well, I mean, obviously we want to, for myself, the first thing I look for is I try to find out what type of person they are, what type of goals they have, because, we want guys that want to go to school, work towards their degree, be the best possible basketball player they could be. If that's a Division II level, NAI level, low, mid, or high Division I level, that's good. But we want guys that are goal-oriented and understand the opportunity that Blinn College is presenting them, both on and off the floor. And, those are the type of guys we want.
Now, you have to juggle 2 hats.
Right.
You got your head basketball coach there.
Yep.
Then you get hit with all these budgets from the other sports.
Right.
So give us a little insight on how you're wearing these 2 caps right now.
Well, I think the biggest thing is I'm starting my 31st year in college athletics, and my goal from the time I started was I wanted to be an athletic director and basketball coach at the junior college level. I really have, watched Blinn College from afar. When I was a recruiter at Sam Houston State, I used to come over and recruit their guys, and it was just phenomenal, all the student participation, because I went to another junior college, and unfortunately I had a great time there, but we did not have that type of participation. So when the opportunity came up for myself to be the basketball coach here at Blinn, I jumped all on it, and then I was, fortunate enough the next couple weeks the athletic director resigned, and the place I've been at before I was the athletic director. So I think it's just a matter of your passion, how hard you want to work at something, your desire to do things, and I love what I do, so I don't really have to work, and it's no problem at all juggling both.
Boy, you must have been eavesdropping on my conversation we was talking with Henry. Said if you love what you do, simplify what you do, and master what you do, it never seems like you're working a day in your life.
Never work a day in my life.
We're at halftime right now. Bucks on top of the Bulldogs 27-12 here from Brenham, Texas, and Brenham Cub Football Stadium, talking with athletic director, head basketball coach, Coach Schumacher. Look, Coach Dreyer is off to a great start. He was your selection in December 2016. He's taken the ball and run with it, literally. What's your assessment on Coach on how he's developing this program and the guys here?
Oh, Coach Mahan has just done an absolutely tremendous job. First of all, he is a class act. His student athletes are wonderful. They have done a lot of work within the community. They've done a lot of things on our campus to put themselves out there, and I think that all correlates to when you go out on the field. He has done a tremendous job, and I couldn't be happier for Ryan. I couldn't be happier for our players to get to play for Ryan Mahan, and we're just blessed to have him as our football coach.
Well, he's one heck of a guy. Great, and he's a newborn. He got a newborn. I told him, my baby's 16, so you can. I don't miss all of that at all. But great all-around guy, and it transcends on and off the field, and it makes guys want to come and be a part of your program, which is always an attribute when you're trying to build and keep an established program as you have all these years.
I mean, Blinn College's athletic program is phenomenal. I've been at other junior colleges. When you walk in to recruit, you've got to try to explain to them who you are, where you're from, what you've done. When you walk in and it says Blinn, I mean, people come out of the woodworks. They've had brothers, uncles, aunts, cousins, brothers, their girlfriend's brother. All these people have been through Blinn College.
Right.
I think that the fact that they've had a positive experience while they're here, that does nothing but help also. But our football team's won national championships. I mean, since I've become the athletic director here, I mean, just in the last 5 years, we've won 10 national championships. I mean, 2 volleyball. I mean, our cheer and dance is phenomenal. So, it all goes back to our coaches. I mean, our softball coach, Rick Church, just won his, 800th win. He's phenomenal in what he does. Jeff Jenkins been to a couple national tournaments. Our new volleyball coach, Kaylee Mader, this is her 3rd year, and, you can really see her girls hitting stride now with her program. This past weekend, we had a tournament here. This weekend, she went up to Odessa, and they went 3-1. So, her girls were really playing hard, competing. So, all of our coaches are tremendous at what they do. I mean, Harvey McIntyre, he's a local person from Brenham, and, what a wonderful guy. He does a lot of things within the community for his camps and things like that. So my job has been made. I told them that I view my job as athletic director.
So you feel like you're cheating? You feel like you're cheating?
Well, I told them my job as athletic director is to make your job easier, and in return, they're making my job easier as the AD.
Absolutely.
So things are good.
It's a match made in heaven right now.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, the OpenMic Broadcast Network, we've been around for a long time. I've been in the business since '87. Been in this area since '88. I've worked here in Brenham at KWHI, K-Tech, started our network in 2002, and part of our job was to make sure that we highlight on the positives that happen throughout our surrounding area. The only time that we hear from the big boys, and I don't have to say where they're from, is when something negative happens or something that can possibly be a blemish on the brand. And we sought out to make sure that we stay on a positive note, and we couldn't be any more excited and ecstatic about adding Blinn Buccaneers to the family with the Coach Mahon show. Hopefully we can have a Coach Schumacher show when the basketball season rolls around, talk some hoops, X's and O's, and just keep things rolling forward in a positive direction.
Well, I appreciate you guys here. I know that once the word gets out, that helps for our student athletes' families to be able to listen to the games from your broadcasting standpoint. And
yes, sir.
I cannot thank you enough for being here, and I appreciate it. I am a little disappointed though that I didn't get to have any of the pizza. But I'm just going to go from there, and you'll save me a slice next time.
I'll save you a slice. As a matter of fact, we're working on a deal right now where we're going to do some live shows from Mobius Cafe Pizzeria. And we're going to invite you guys over, and I'm going to give you, I won't touch it, won't let anybody else touch it until you get the first slice.
There you go. That sounds great to me.
Coach Schumacher, any parting words before we end this segment here?
No, I just appreciate you guys being here. Anything to help promote our student athletes, because they do a tremendous job off the floor and on the floor, off the field, on the field. Like, we just raised money for Hurricane Harvey victims. We asked our student athletes to donate money, and they gave money out of their own pocket.
That's awesome.
We loaded up trucks to take down to Houston, and it was the football team, the men's basketball team, the women's basketball team, the baseball team, cheer and dance, softball. Everybody pitched in, volleyball. So, I think our student athletes understand that athletics is a small part of the puzzle, and they're willing to work on the other things.
Yes, sir. With that being said, sir, thank you. God bless you guys.
Yes.
And go blue.
All right. Take care.
Right. Coach Schumacher, athletic director here, basketball coach for the Blinn Buccaneers. We are at halftime right now. The Bucs on top by the score of 27-12 over the Navarro Bulldogs, as we are trying to make sure that we keep everything in perspective. Yes, sir. We got everything working, going here. We got the guys back in. You ready to go, guys? Look, they got some cookies. Now, he bought some cookies, but there's 6 of them in there. So, look, he already then blew my cover. So, honey, I hadn't touched one yet, but I might touch 1, 2, 3 maybe. Don't know. Guys, look, there they go. Steady eating. You're still on the clock here. We're going to let you guys come in. I'm going to get my win here, and you all do some recapping here on this first half. Alex, you got a cookie in your mouth? Not yet?
You're almost caught.
Well, we want to thank our halftime guests, Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. Brother Henry came in to sit down with us and talk about the fabulous food at Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. Also talk with the athletic director and head basketball coach, Coach Schumacher, as we expounded on this traditional success of athletics and academia here at Blinn Junior College. And the excitement is definitely in the air. I think everybody's got their memos working right now as we are ready to get close to this second half here. And they're going to do a recap. They'll go over some things from the first half and get them back as they get back into the swing of things here at the OpenMic Broadcast Network. Halftime, the Bucs on top by the score of 27-12. Guys, take it away.
And the Buccaneers definitely walked away with a lot of momentum towards the end of that second half. They also did an excellent job taking care of the ball late in that second half. Had a few turnovers early on in the game, but towards the end of the first half, they started taking care of the ball and started going back to what they do best.
And on the side for Navarro, a couple of turnovers really killed their momentum, and that special teams muffed punt really hurt them. That allowed the Buccaneers to add to their lead. However, if Woodbury has some time, he can deliver some good throws from the pocket, so it's going to be imperative that the Buccaneer defense get some pressure on him and make it hard for him to throw.
And we definitely have to mention the work of number 24 running back Carlos Grace. Has pretty much been a workhorse the entire time for the Buccaneers.
Did you say Grace and Mercy?
Grace and Mercy. I did not say the Mercy.
Hey,
I did not. I missed the Mercy on there, definitely.
And kickoff is looming. Navarro deferred in the first half, so they will receive the kick here to begin our final half of play. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Grandpa Prince. This is the OpenMic Broadcast Network.
I love you too, son.
So if I'm Navarro, I'm down 27-12. What do I have to do to try to gain some momentum here in the start of the second half?
I mean, you've got to, first things first, you've got to put some points up on the board and then get yourself a stop. No mental mistakes.
Right.
No, mental mistakes include dropping punts, holding penalties, even things, post-play extracurricular activities like personal fouls. You can't have things like that. Navarro has got to play a very good half of football, and I would say try to keep Blinn out of the end zone as much as possible.
And when you say points, I mean 7 points, not 3 points. Anytime you drive inside the 5-yard line, you have to put 7 points on the board.
So it sounds like an old dance routine. 1, 2, 3, kick.
You drive it that far, you must score.
You play to score points.
Lister and Geiger back deep at the 3-yard line. The Buckley's kick is away, and Geiger's going to muff it, and he's going to pick it up at his 17. He's going to have some space, and he's going to be down at the 27-yard line, just as the doctor ordered.
Well, Geiger got a lucky bounce on that play because that could have easily been a disaster for the Bulldogs.
And it will be first down and 10 for Navarro. They ball on, I want to say, their 28-yard line.
Alex, if you're Navarro, do you try to manage the clock here, or do you kind of go quickly, something that was working for you a little bit in the first half?
I mean, they go quickly, play in, play out. So, for them, this isn't really going to be an adjustment offensively. They're going to throw a quick swing play to Reyna. Reyna gets torpedoed down by my buddy Jared Petrie. That's going to be a loss of about 2. Great play.
Yeah, that was an excellent play there by Petrie, and we've seen a couple of excellent plays from him in the first half.
And they're going to hand it off to Davis. Davis is going to go around the right side, nothing doing, and he's going to be brought down at about the 24-yard line. That's going to make it third down and long, an obvious passing situation here for Navarro. 4:15 remaining here in the third. 27-12 hours.
Did you say 4:15 remaining?
12. 14.
Well, it sounded like you said 4. I was like, boy, I missed a whole lot of that third quarter.
I was like, no. Pass is going to be complete to number 80, Williams. He's going to be well short of the line to gain. They're going to send out their punting unit, 4th and about 5 for the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs went kind of short on that third down and long. It's almost as if they didn't even try to attempt to get the first down.
Wow.
We've had enough.
It's like you took my binoculars, and I need to see the field and the stands, Mike.
Yeah, that's the problem. We have more yellow flags.
More yellow flags
on the field.
Oh, yeah. I need to stop playing.
And it's going to be too many men on the field against the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, not the start they want to see here in the second half. Man, we've had a fantastic ride, man. People say they sound like we're having a great time.
I told you, this is a Blinn adventure.
From beginning to the end.
This is an adventure, and we're going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off.
We'll laugh all the way home.
Absolutely. I need my gas money, by the way.
You're eating it.
Oh, my goodness. He plugged that one.
Don't forget. First down and 10 for the Wow. Woodbury drops back to pass. Pass will be the corner. And gets smoked.
That was your call right there, baby.
And you said that was your old teammate, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, was he hitting like that before?
Oh, yeah.
Because he is hitting like that now. Petrie is coming through for the defense of the Buccaneers.
We always one of them pot up. We played for Lashes one time my senior high school. He hit a guy so hard he made his teeth click.
Okay. Another quick stop there by the Buccaneers on 2nd and long. And again, that was number 4, Antoine Jackson Jr. for the Buccaneers.
Junior?
He is a junior.
A.J. Deuce.
A.J. Deuce, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, that's some country stuff right there.
Hey, A.J. Deuce it is.
Did you go with that just now?
I did.
Okay.
Woodbury with trips to his right. Woodbury drops back to pass, looking left. That pass is going to be batted away. Great coverage right there for the Blinn Buccaneers by number 3, Dominique Harrison. And that's going to bring up 4th down and long.
And Harrison saw that ball coming. He got an excellent jump on that last play of that ball.
Man, look here. We made a promise. Well, I made a promise to Coach Schumacher that next time we do a little coaches show from Mobius Pizza, we got to let him have the first slice. You all agree with that with me?
No.
Well, it's too late. I already gave my word.
If I agree. Well, that was insulting, though.
I'm sorry, man.
That's like your mama asked you something, you say, I don't want to do it. Well, you really ain't got a choice.
Or in your case, Andre, you volunteered somebody's car.
So Andre, wow.
McCoy Smith, 15-10, 5 touchdown Buccaneers. And
are there any flags?
Yeah.
Oh. And
I'll just be.
Excuse me, Corey.
Yes. I got it right. Get 3 cards for Andre.
This one will be coming back.
Man,
and again, just an unfortunate situation, especially if you're Corey. All of that work and for absolutely nothing.
You know what they're saying is? Went to work and didn't get paid.
I'll tell you what, though, he'll still put that on his highlight tape.
I've done it several times.
Oh, absolutely.
Anybody that's watching film, they don't know there's a flag on the play.
Well, they may see the flag if they're
when they see all them flags running around there, they going to know something happened.
Well, if I'm a recruiter, I'm just pretty much watching the play itself, not what happened after the play.
Well, they going to say, they gave up. They stopped running.
No, they did. And so that's going to be, the Bucs going to have to back it up. Ball's going to be put at their 19-yard line, and that would have been a big special teams play for the Buccaneers. Instead, with 12:03, the Bucs will have the football at the 19-yard line. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Grandpappy.
Look, had Grandpappy one of them cookies. These Mobius cookies.
I tell you what,
well, they heavy too.
Really?
Good night.
And Great's gonna bring the ball around the left side. Nothing doing.
And they're doing, and the Buccaneers are doing exactly what we expect them to. They went back to the run game there on 1st and 10.
Man, I'm gonna have to break this in half.
Is he really eating on the air?
Yes.
Wow. And Will's gonna have a split backfield. Twins to his right. They hand it off to Grace again around the left side. He's gonna get stacked up and no gain on the play.
And this just shows the confidence that the Buccaneers have in Carlos Grace, going back to him yet again 2 times in a row. That one in particular on 2nd and 9.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down, and I'm going to see in the same formation. Twist to the right, split back, so 1 wide receiver on the numbers. Ball on the left hash. Williams going to drop back, looking to his left, looking, moving out of the pocket. He's going to throw it out to number 1, Carrick Whitfall. Pass complete. He's past the line to gain. Move the sticks. 1st down, Buccaneers.
Well, you definitely have to credit that to the quarterback there, Williams, rolling out to the left and keeping that play open for the Buccaneers.
He also have to give credit to Carrick Whitfall for moving with the quarterback, keeping the play alive. Gray's going to take it around the left side. He slips a tackle before he gets popped by number 40, Jacob Copeland.
In the infamous words of a childhood hero, C is for cookie, and that's good enough for me. Cookie Monster. This is a good cookie.
Are you doing slogans now?
Back to the action on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Williams goes in motion, and Williams looking, flush out of the pocket. He's going to throw it to Whitfall. Pass falls incomplete.
Well, Williams was kind of flushed out of the pocket on that last play. As you can see there, he tried to make a play, but
it looked like as if he was going for a quarterback draw. Nothing. The pressure was coming, so he just dumped it off to Carrick Whitfall and tried to make something out of nothing. 3rd down. And about 10-18 remaining here in the third. They're going to stay in that split backfield. Williams to Williams' left, Grace to his right, Carrick Whitfall at the bottom of the screen. Navarro backs off, and Williams is going to drop back, looking. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's just going to have to throw it away to avoid the sack.
Well, that was actually a good pickup block there by the running back Grace. That play could have been a lot worse.
And now they're going to bring out the special teams unit for the Buccaneers. And fourth down. On to punt for the Buccaneers would be number 99, Bowman. Number 23, Brown, back to field it for the Bulldogs. And the punt is away. It is a beauty. Brown calls for the fair catch. And flat fly.
That looked like another laundry day, didn't it?
I'm not sure what that's about.
Today was laundry day.
Yeah, today was laundry day.
I did laundry today.
It's Saturday.
Laundry for everybody.
You know what, see, let's see, you just said Saturday, old Sam Cooke. How about a Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody.
Why you turn everything into a soul song?
I got some money because I just got paid.
Huh. Well, I guess you are musically centric.
How I wish I had someone to talk to.
Someone told me he wasn't musically centric. I don't know.
He's not music centric.
Hey, maybe you are musically centric.
Somebody's about to get hip tossed. Well, it's too much fun up here in this room.
need to stop.
I just got one question.
What's up?
Who are you?
And that was a run up there up the middle by Navarro for a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Did he run? Lord help us all. Sorry about that, Andre. Go ahead, sir.
It's going to be second and 7 for Navarro.
Ladies and gentlemen,
9:48 remaining here in the third quarter.
If you're not having fun, don't do it.
And another run up the middle there by Navarro.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Come on home, Alex. Come on home, Alex.
That's going to be number 7, DeAndre Cook, on the rush for Navarro, as we have an injured player on the field.
Oh, I need some air.
Wipe your face. An injured Bulldog, to be exact.
Now, that's a serious
We're going to take this opportunity to settle down and pay some bills.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
At the 9:36 mark of the third quarter. Buccaneers leading 27 to 12. I'm trying to find some civilization.
I know. You have to be here to get this joke right here, but maybe we'll talk about it down the road. Who knows? Do we have any bills to pay, or are we kicked out? All right, come on, Alex. Come on, Alex.
Okay. Thank our friends at Farmers Insurance Agency.
Mr. Tanya Chappell, you can be reached at 979-826-3026. She is a PV graduate. We also got to thank our good friend and brother in the pizza business, Brother Henry from Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. Still in that cookie, man. I'm telling you, y'all better claim it.
Speaking of the pizzeria, does he have a slogan?
We need to have one.
We need to find one for him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mobius, Mo Better at Mobius. I don't know. We'll figure out
better.
It's a Mo Better choice.
This isn't a rap commercial.
It's not a rap?
No. Oh, yeah.
When you wrapped your mouth around that pizza, I couldn't tell.
Also, thank our friends at Bush's Chicken in Brenham,
You got to say, now they do have some good chicken livers.
Best 2-piece in Washington County. It is stupendous.
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 Stew as in two.
Already. Back to the action on the field. Lord have mercy. I'm just regaining my breath.
It's going to be all right, brother.
We're going to have to shut the door.
It's going to be all right. Play ready to resume. Guys, take it away.
Woodbury's going to look to the sideline. He's going to check the play.
Lord.
As Woodbury hands it off on the left side, and he's going to get past the first down mark. He's going to be brought down at about the 45-yard line of the Buccaneers.
So another run for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs trying to get some momentum, trailing 27-12 here in the third quarter play. It has been controlled by the Bucs thus far.
And Woodbury's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 19, Ernest Davis. And he's going to have about a pickup of 5 yards brought down by a host of Buccaneers, led by big number 4, Williams.
And I was just about to mention Williams doing majority of the workload for the Buccaneers.
He is the workload,
specifically here in the second half.
Yeah. You know, and it looks strange to have a guy that big with the number 4, right?
He's stretching all of that jersey. That stitching is crying. We digress. Woodbury has trips to his right, ball on the center hash. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Cook. Cook is going to slip a tackle, slip another, and he's going to have enough for a first down before he is brought down by number 33, Jared Young. And Woodbury in the offense, they're going to go fast. They're going to fumble the snap, and Woodbury's just going to have to fall on it to avoid disaster. And that's one thing. Navarro has been extremely sloppy with the football this evening, and they're lucky it's only resulted in just one turnover.
Well, it looks like Woodbury was going to try to hand it off. Cook didn't secure it, and so he decided to just pull it at the last minute, and it ends up coming out anyway.
Woodbury's going to have trips to his right, one wide receiver to the left, and he's going to take the snap, hand it off to Cook. Cook has some space around the left side. Cook slips a tackle, slips another. He's going down the 25 to the 15. He's going to be brought down at the 10-yard line, first down.
And
Navarro.
I have to credit that run to the big offensive lineman, 75, Levon Livingston. He created a major hole there for Cook on that last play.
Huge run with the big guy leading the way. They call that old power sweep.
I will run to his side every single time, as they do yet again for Cook there on that next play, as he picks up about, call it 3 yards.
Looks like 3. With these handy-dandy binoculars, you can see what it was. That'll be second down and 8. Woodbury's going to hand it off to Cook. Cook's going to bring it up the middle. He's brought down, short gain, nothing doing there. We have 7:08 remaining here in the third. The Bucs lead by a score of 27-12 over the visiting Navarro Bulldogs. Alex Goodwin, Mike Prince, Andre Davis here. This is the OpenMic Broadcast Network.
He didn't call me old man.
I was being nice. Woodbury is going to throw a screen to Rayner. Rayner at the 5 to the 2, and he may have enough for a first down. And they're going to say it's going to be fourth down and short. The Navarro offense is still out on the field. They have twins to each side. Cook offset, and they're going to hand it off to Cook, and there is nothing there.
Yeah,
he's going to get
stopped. Excellent job there by the Buccaneers, tightening up on that fourth down.
And see, that in those situations like that, that's when I sometimes will say, you take the 3.
Well, but you also got to get back in the game, though.
Oh, absolutely. But the thing is, they've got plenty of time.
Right. Well, I'm agreeing with you to take the 3 in that situation because, you're Navarro. You've been struggling all night, and you're trying to make a statement with your first possession in the third quarter.
And they had,
and yet again,
you walked away, and they got all the way down to in the shadow of their goal line
for the second time,
and they walked away with nothing. So that's why I'm saying sometimes just take the points and just roll with what you can get.
Live to see another day.
Absolutely. Williams is going to have trips to his left. They're going to hand it off to Grace. Grace is going to go up the middle. Grace is going to have about 4.
Grace may have a career day before this game is over with. And three drives in a row they have went to Grace on 1st and 10.
It's going to be second down, and they're going to call it 7. Trips to Williams' left. Grace offset to the left. Tight end to the right. Play clock at 12. Seems to be a bit of confusion on with the Buccaneer offense.
Looks like Williams
Play clock
maybe
at
trying
4.
to switch it up a little bit.
He's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back. He's looking, rolling to his left, looking for someone to throw to. He's going to throw it. It's going to be caught by Reed at the 35-yard line. First down, Bucks. Move those sticks.
Great job there by Williams, making another play happen yet again for the Buccaneers.
Well, you see why Coach Ray Mahon is so high on Williams.
Absolutely.
Williams showing great athleticism and, once again, some composure under pressure.
And they're going to stay in that same formation. Ball is going to be on the right hash. Grace offset to the left. They're going to fake it to Grace, and Williams, nothing there, and he's going to get sacked right down by number 45, Breon Hayward, and he just held on to that football just a little too long.
Well, he's finally brought down. He's been avoiding the sack pretty much this entire ball game, but the sack finally got to him on that last play.
Now, one thing, if I would question, is just the consistency of the Bucs up front on the offensive side.
Absolutely, and with a certain point, with as much pressure as Navarro's been bringing all night, it's hard for you to hold up when they normally only just have 5 blockers in there, and it's going to be second down and long. They're going to run a jet sweep to Reed around the left side, and he's going to get brought down very close to a horse collar tackle there. It's going to be third down, a short gain there. They ran that jet sweep to the hash, to the near hash, and that's why there wasn't a whole lot of running room there. Third down and long for the good guys. Trips to the right, Williams to Williams' left. That's kind of funny to say there. Williams going to take the snap. He's dropping back, looking. Pressure coming. He's going to try to avoid it, and that's going to be fumbled. It's going to be picked up by Williams in the end zone. He's just going to try to have to get out of the end zone. He makes it out of the end zone. He's across to the 20-yard line, and he's almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
Williams did a little bit more, a lot of bit more than just getting out the end zone on that.
Wow. He had an S on his chest then.
We saw that the quarterback Williams tried to roll out the pocket. He rolled right into the defense of Navarro on that last play.
And
we appear to have some stoppage.
Yeah.
The referee's going to have it appears that they're going to have kind of a summit.
Been a little bit of some holding or something of that nature. You do anything.
A lot of things happened in that last play.
You don't want to see a guy get hit, hurt, or anything like that. In a case like that, if it was holding and he was in the end zone, that might end up being a safety.
Absolutely. I don't see any flags down, and they're marking off some yards.
So was it unnecessary roughness, perhaps?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at the referee's signals, and they're
whatever it was, it looked like it was called on.
It's going to be. They're going to punt it away. And Coach Mahon is surely happy about that. Rather punt it than give them 6 free ones.
6 free ones, 2 free ones, any free ones at all.
Amen. And we have 3:38 remaining here in the ball game. Excuse me, in the third. And that's blocked. Oh.
He paid for it on that one.
Oh, man, he is down. He got – wow.
Yeah,
that was a hit.
You can tell he's not used to taking hits like that on a daily basis.
Yeah, no, your kickers, punters.
He got his bell rung there, and he's coming off – and that's the kicker, number 99, Reed Bowman. He's coming off the field. He's not moving too quickly. He got his bell rung there.
But he is moving, so that's a good thing.
Absolutely. So Navarro's going to have favorable field position deep in Blinn Buck territory.
Unless there's another muff.
I mean, going to come out with twins to the right in a power pistol set. Fullback offset to Woodbury's right. The deep back is number 7, Cook. Play clock at 15. A ball on the left hash. Woodbury takes the snap. He's looking to his left. He's going to throw a fade pattern. That pass looks to be picked off.
Oh, no. Goodness.
That's going to be a touchback.
Call it.
That's going to be a touchback.
Did the old man get some credit?
Great play by number 3, Dominique Harrison. And the Blinn Buccaneers have avoided a catastrophe there.
Absolutely. And Woodbury just threw that one up there. And that really could have been anybody's ball, but luckily
it was a jump ball.
It was definitely a jump ball. Just luckily Harrison was the one to come down with it for the Buccaneers.
Great defense there by Harrison, and the Bucs are in business. Ball at their 20-yard line. So in a sense, that block punt almost chalked that up as a no play.
Absolutely.
In essence, because they got the ball right back.
It's a no play to us, but it's going to go against the Bucs on the stat.
Oh, absolutely.
But they do regain another turnover, so that turnover washes out the other turnover of downs. And see if the Bucs can get some things.
And they're going to hand it off to Grace up the middle. Grace spins out of a tackle before he is brought down by number 97, Brazil. It's going to be second down, and let's call it 6 for the Bucs.
And one thing we've noticed here in today's ball game, Grace, is your punisher. Definitely takes more than one defender to bring him down.
Absolutely. Low to the body, but hard and hard.
And Grace is going to take it around the right side. Grace is going to get cut down at about the 11 by Matt Wright.
And that was a
third down.
And that was a great stop there by Wright because Grace had nothing but daylight ahead of him if he was able to make Wright miss there on that last play.
Absolutely. Instead, it's going to bring up third down. We have 2:39 remaining here in the quarter. 27-12, our score. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Old Man Mike Prince, OpenMic Broadcast Network.
I'll deal with you after the game.
All right. Whatever you say.
Old Man Mike Prince.
Old Man River. Oh, my goodness. These youngsters keep an old man young, I guess, ladies and gentlemen.
So, admit it. There it is.
You know they say, Mike, if you don't love what you're doing, then why are you doing it?
Yes, sir. And I gotta love it to deal with you, T. I gotta love it.
Remember who your ride home is. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have a quick timeout on the field. So you know what that means. My favorite time of the day. I got to pay some rent.
Actually, you hear them giving us pub here to the fans. There you go. They're making mention that the OpenMic Broadcast Network is the official station here for the Buccaneers. We broadcasting all the home games. That is something noteworthy from about to get put out to being put up.
And you know what, guys? You're welcome. The PA guy came in and talked to me just moments before the start of the third quarter, and he asked about the OpenMic Broadcast Network and asked if we were going to be the official radio for Blinn for the home games.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you want some kudos or something?
He wants
a cookie?
Yeah, I'm going
to get cookies regardless. I just want to let y'all know.
What a cookie?
We put that in for y'all.
For us. Well, that is great. That is great. Absolutely. And you know what? I think we make a pretty good team.
We do all right.
We do all right.
We do all right.
We do all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can listen to Alex and Andre